All right, look, PrizePicks is America's #1 sports picks app, and it's the easiest way to win cash while you're watching games. Here's how it works. You pick more or less on 2 or more players, and you lock it in. That's it. No spreadsheets, no nonsense. If player picks aren't your thing, you can also pick teams now. Winner, spread, total, all in the same app. Team picks are live in 30 states, including California, Texas, my home state, and Florida. Most importantly, new users use code Speakeasy. $5 gets you $50 in lineups for free. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
It's all right, don't learn. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the Speakeasy, sophisticated sports talk with the best in the game. I'm the large human being nicknamed Carebear, standing behind the bar, Kieran Hickey Simple, and I'm joined here today with 2 gentlemen who did great things in their career. One of them on the football field, the other one tried really hard. And the one that tried really hard and then took care of his classes in the classroom and made something of himself outside of football, Emmanuel Acho in the building.
And cheated in his class.
Hey, beautiful people, y'all could be doing anything, watching any show. You're hanging out with us. We do not take it for granted. We are starting the show in a very unique way. If you're just tuning in, welcome. I consider this your home away from home, your online family, and shout out to y'all for taking some time to yourself in a grimy and a grind-filled world. With that being said, we are starting the show with a Speakeasy draft. It is time to select the best of the best of the best, sir. With honors. Carebear, turn me up!
Look, we are making history today, the first ever fan draft for any live sports show. You know, I think we're the first to ever do it.
Agreed.
But also, speaking of a guy that's the first to ever do it, this man came from the 7th round of the NFL draft to being a Pro Bowler, playing in one of the most exciting offenses in the 2000s. The Cincinnati Bengals legend, the former Pro Bowler, your favorite route runner's favorite route runner, and now he's teaching your favorite route runner how to route run.
Big facts.
TJ Hushmanzada in the building.
Big facts.
What's up? Yeah, man. These next 2 weeks, man, got a lot of guys are coming out here, man, to get right.
They should. They should.
Also, another
None
brother
greater.
so light he turns red when he starts getting aggravated. I'm talking about the father, soon-to-be father ×2, head of the
wrong.
socials. Man,
He's not wrong.
moderates
He's
the
not
chat.
wrong. He's not wrong.
I'm talking about social Trey in the building.
He's
How
not
we doing
wrong.
today?
I turn red if I laugh too hard, if
Yeah.
I get too angry.
Hey, you blushing over there. This is crazy.
Okay, now you're doing
Bro,
too much.
tighten the shot, please.
Come on now, look. You can see the red on his face right now. Not on mine yet, though. No,
At least I don't sweat. I don't sweat though.
I do sweat when I get
Yeah.
when I get fired up. I get to sweating.
This is facts.
All right, first and foremost, we have to talk about some NBA basketball.
Yes, we do.
The New York Knicks went on a 67-13 run to take a 50-point lead in Game 6 over the Atlanta Hawks, 72-22, with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. Fellas, this was a dominant performance for the Knicks. Are they the best team in the East right now?
It's hard to say otherwise. The New York Knicks look like the best team in the East. If you're watching all of the games, number one, so long as OG Anunoby can continue to play like he's been playing, of course the Knicks are the best team in the East because now you know what Brunson can do. You know what Cat is capable of doing. But now OG, both the individuals that's a lockdown defender, can also give you 29 points in about 25 minutes, can give you 10 boards, which he gave you the last 2 games in this series, gave you 7 boards in 2.5 quarters. So now you're looking at a 3-headed monster, a triple threat. You got OG. You got Brunson. You got Cat. Like, this team, to me, now becomes an incredibly complete team. On the flip side, Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum had to leave the game twice with an injury. The second time, he didn't return. Shout out to everything that Jaylen Brown has done the course of this season. Jaylen Brown does not look to pass the ball, so if he's not getting busy himself, ain't nobody getting busy. Derek White, his game is completely fall off a cliff. Completely. And then the Philadelphia 76ers, they're good, but I can't trust them down the stretch. You look at what the Detroit Pistons are doing, they're fighting for their lives. They fighting for their lives. And then the Orlando Magic, I'm just not completely sold. Cleveland Cavaliers, we'll talk about them at another time. I think the New York Knicks do look like the best team in the East.
I have to agree with that. Now, I would have said the Boston Celtics, but I don't, man, these last couple games, I'm like, bro, what is going on?
Real
Y'all
suspect.
have a chance to win the series, and you have a lead going into the fourth quarter, and you score 11 points in the fourth quarter. Okay, makes it 3-2. And then you come and get blown out again today?
Yeah.
So 100%, the way the Knicks rebounded from being down in the series. Oh, let's get our shit together. We going to lock in. You say OG Anunoby playing great.
Great basketball.
But if Cat can continue to play the way they had 2 triple-doubles in the series.
Right.
2 triple-doubles in the series. We hadn't seen that from Cat. And he's not taking 4, 5, 6 shots, but he's impacting the game in so many different ways. And so the way, there's no way in the NBA a team should go on a 67-13 run.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In the NBA. You mean to tell me y'all can't go back to the 90s and just throw the ball to somebody in the post? Hey, get a bucket. Like, Kuminga got a mismatch on somebody.
Yeah.
Like, 67-13? So, yeah, the way the Knicks are playing, hey, it's a lot of pressure on you now because they look like by far and away the best team in the East.
But if OG has taken this step to be a consistent and proficient offensive scorer, now you think about it, T, you got a bucket getter in Brunson. You got a big that's capable of giving you, at any point in time, 20, 10, and 10. At any point in time, if not 25, 10, and 10. And then you got OG, who's not afraid at all to guard the best offensive player. And then on the flip side, he can go and give you 25, 30 in a closeout game. That, to me, is what put the Knicks ahead of the curve. If you look at the Knicks throughout the course of the first half this previous game, nobody was a statistical anomaly outside of OG.
No.
OG by halftime had like 20 and 5.
If
and
Mikal
5.
Bridges or Anunoby can do this, if both of them doing it, they're winning.
Yeah.
Just one of.
Yep.
Because Bridges went 10 for 12 today.
Sheesh.
10 for 12. If he can play this way on a consistent basis, him or OG, just one of them.
Yeah.
Both of them, they're winning. One of them, we might see the Knicks in the NBA Finals.
If I would have told you Brunson and Cat had 17 and 14 points respectively through 2.5 quarters, you'd be like, oh, Hawks won a game.
Yes.
Hawks won a game. 17 and 14 points through 2.5 quarters, Hawks won a game. Instead, the Knicks won by 50.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, bro, and again, I be watching the Celtics. I love watching the Celtics. This Celtics team is not the same Celtics teams of years past. Derek White is gone from being the 3rd best player to like the 5th best player.
Dude, what has happened?
I don't know.
Bro,
He can't make a shot.
no confidence, can't make a shot. There is no Kristaps Porzingis. He was he mattered, he was significant. There is no Al Horford. He mattered, he was significant. All of a sudden, bro, Peyton Pritchard is probably the 3rd most important player to and on that team. So if you look at the Celtics, bro, they've really, really, really fallen off. And then when you start to look around the East, I like the Cavs. I like the Cavs a lot, mainly just because they're fun to watch. I do not trust a team where James Harden and Spidey Mitchell are your best players. I just don't trust that team to go far. Spidey Mitchell's a phenomenal talent, never been to a conference finals. James Harden's a phenomenal talent, probably the biggest choke artist in the playoffs of this generation. So I just can't trust a team that's led by those two individuals.
Would you assume, or if the Detroit Pistons lose to the Orlando Magic, we would assume Cleveland's getting to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah. Safe
Right?
assumption. Safe assumption.
Yeah. I think the Knicks are the favorite right now to win the East, just because of the inconsistency that we've seen from the Celtics. Obviously, they get that Game 7 at home. I would say the Celtics are the most talented team in the East, and I think by a wide margin. The problem is right now, they're not showing they can show up in the playoffs consistently, and this Knicks team has done nothing but grow and get better in the times that they've shown whenever they do end up making it to the playoffs. So I think they are the favorites to win the East as it is right now.
The only thing in defense of the Celtics, if we're being fair, this Celtics first-round matchup could easily be an Eastern Conference Finals.
Bro, I'm sitting. Bro,
Like, if Embiid
Is that shocking to you?
Embiid was once a top 5 player in the NBA.
Yeah.
Paul George was once a top 10 player in the NBA.
Tyrese
Maxey and Edgecombe. So they got 4 dudes on that team.
Like, I'm not disappointed that this series, that the Celtics-Sixers series has gone 7, because realistically speaking, the Sixers aren't a 7th seed. Embiid missed how many games this year? If Embiid is present for the majority of those games, Sixers aren't a 7th seed. Not to mention, Edgecombe has done this. He's gotten significantly better. Paul George missed, 30 games, 40 games this year, 25 with the suspension? The Sixers are realistically a 3 or a 4 seed. So the fact that the Celtics are struggling with the Sixers, let's not be deceived by that. We're quite literally witnessing what could easily be an Eastern Conference Finals matchup. I think the best teams in the East, the Knicks, the Celtics, the Sixers, followed by the Cavs. You know what I mean? And then probably the Detroit Pistons, then the Orlando Magic. Like, to me, those are actually the best teams in the East. I understand the regular season seeding, but if you're really watching what's going on with the ball right now, nah. Now, what happens, y'all, if Tatum don't come back? He left the game with the lower leg injury. He left the game the first time, lower leg injury. Then walked to the tunnel with the lower leg injury. Obviously, y'all remember he's coming back from that Achilles injury. Can the Celtics beat the Sixers without Jason Tatum?
It's interesting because they've been a 2 seed all season without him. Mm-hmm. I mean, he comes back in March, and then, honestly, I don't think the Celtics have been playing at the same level since he got back.
Nah, they can't. They not beating the Sixers without Jason Tatum. Nah, unless Peyton Pritchard just shoots lights out.
Yeah.
Or
Like
Derek White finds
if
his groove.
if you look at what they shot today as a team, 3-point, like Peyton Pritchard, 6 of 16, 1 of 8 from 3.
Yeah.
Like you're not winning like that. Not when you taking that many shots. You're not winning. Jaylen Brown gonna have to score 35 points,
Which he can do. But the problem with Jaylen Brown is, at least as of late, he's just not making anybody better, bro. It's crazy. He only looks to score. I don't care if you open. I don't care if your mama open. I don't care if none of. I am shooting this pill. Jason Tatum, on the other hand, he gonna give you 10 to 14 boards. He gonna give you 6 to 10 dimes, and he gonna give you 20 to 25 points. Like, Jason Tatum is a force multiplier. Jaylen Brown, as of late, is just a force. So to me, without Jason Tatum, I just don't know how far they can go. But the problem is the Knicks got to play. Knicks either play Celtics or the Sixers, right? Knicks play the winner of that series.
I mean, the Knicks beat the Celtics last year, and I think they were a better-looking team last year than they are this year. And I think the Knicks are, not saying that they've taken a step, they seem like the same team that they were last season.
Correct.
Like, especially in playoff time. And that playoff environment in New York, unmatched in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
they got to at least get to where they got last year. You fired Tom Thibodeau. You have to at least
get to the finals.
Get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay.
Your Eastern Conference Finals pick is the New York Knicks.
They play the Celtics next round.
Man, the way the Knicks play, though, they just you never know, man. They look so good now, and then they play the Celtics. It's like,
it's also fair to say the Knicks have the easiest first round matchup. I don't think the Hawks are as good as the Magic. Remember, Franz Wagner missed the majority of the end of the season.
Yeah.
I don't think the Hawks are as good as the Hawks aren't as good as the Magic.
Yeah.
Hawks are as good as the Sixers. Hawks aren't as good as the Knicks. Hawks aren't as good as the Celtics. Hawks aren't as good as the Pistons. Hawks aren't as good as the Cavs. So the Knicks did have the
it
easiest
sucks
first
for the
round
Hawks
matchup.
though that the year they get the number 1 pick, there was no clear cut number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because what is it? How you pronounce his name? Rishashaw or
Alex Rishashaw.
He don't even play.
Rishashaw, exactly.
He doesn't play.
Yeah.
He was a number 1 pick. He doesn't play. No,
Sorry.
he doesn't play.
Yeah, no. Zachary Rishashaw. Yeah, but I don't know.
Let's get to some super chats, bro.
We got a bunch.
We got a ton of super chats.
Oh, yeah.
A ton.
A lot from our team, for sure.
Stand up.
A lot from our
Not too
team.
much. Not too much.
Come on
We
now,
got
I'm just
some
saying.
representation too. Listen, Big Lou. It's been a while. Listen, brother, when I was going through the list this afternoon, you were right there, but it's been a while. I know you had to step away for some things. Big Lou came back with a $100 super chat and said, hey, guys, sorry I ain't been active, but I've been watching. I couldn't miss the draft, and I needed to be in it. TJ and Trey, I always appreciate your wisdom and look up to you guys as role models. As a young father of a son and daughter, who will break out at wide receiver for the Raiders? TJ.
It's really going to determine how is Fernando Mendoza going to be? How is this offensive line and this run game going to be?
Yeah.
And so you would hope a Dante Thornton, who is a big, fast dude, may go to the forefront.
Yep.
I don't know. It's really going to depend on.
It's dependent on
Mendoza.
On Mendoza, yeah. At QB, that's fair. Listen, Bird and One jumped in the super chats with not 5, not 6, not 8, not 9, but 10,000 Japanese yen.
Oh my goodness.
10,000 Japanese yen.
you
Said,
gotta
what to
speak
do,
in
my
his
guys?
voice? Wait. I thought you got to do it in the voice.
You're right.
Oh no,
You're right.
no.
Hey.
Carebear, you've
right.
become the resident voice.
So if you're new
But
to
this
the
is not a Japanese person, though.
He's
Okay, yeah,
we already did this
you're
one
right.
before.
Yeah,
Super
remember
chatted before. He's from Philly. He's an Eagles fan.
Oh,
and whatnot.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
for clarity in the speakeasy, we have to read the super chat as the super chat was typed. So if the super chat was typed from a Japanese individual, we would have to read it as though we perceived it to sound. So just for clarity, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's crazy. Thankfully, Bird in one is he's from stateside.
Yeah,
And he said,
stationed out there. Yeah.
finally back from my Japan vacation.
Okay.
Currently on my way to the crib from the Sixers game, and I got one thing to say. Sixers in 7, baby! Smoking that leprechaun pack, you heard?
Wow. I would love to believe that the 76ers are really going to get it done this time.
They
but
can,
they
bro.
are addicted to heartbreak in the playoffs.
They
They
are.
bet not lose at home, the Celtics. They bet not.
The Celtics about to win that one.
Ooh, it's gonna be some tough conversations if that's
It's
the
gonna be nasty.
case.
It's going to be real nasty.
Definitely. Victor Mo Jr. Shout out to Team Acho on Social Trades pick. And Victor Mo Jr. said, I just appreciate the opportunity to show my skill set for a very, very valuable franchise. I won't let you down. Team Acho and Social Trade, we running the table. When the other team loses, they can have the uncomfortable conversation. We ain't having it on this side. Listen, now they're number 2 overall pick. 214, Mr.
Come on now.
DFW in the building. Yeah, my God. So yeah, we were disappointed not to be able to draft you, brother. But he said, number 1 draft pick in the building. You went number 2.
Number 3, actually. But yeah,
Oh, it was 3?
It was our second pick. We had
Oh,
number
yes,
3.
right. Yep,
I'm
yep.
glad we got him on the. Where's your first pick? Did he super chat already?
Nah.
I don't think so. I haven't seen no beats out here yet. I'm just
Mr.
saying.
DFW followed up with Carebear will not Stefanski me. I will suit up week 1.
Yeah, let him know.
Iron Man DFW, Carebear, the olive branch has been extended. This is the biggest truth since Gucci and Jeezy performed so icy on the
Okay.
verses. TJ,
Yeah.
I salute you also. Listen, Terrence Smith also jumped in the super chat.
Okay,
Team
okay.
Acho and Social Trade is really representing these super chats. She said, I made the draft list. Social Trade, you dropped something. And we sure did pick it right back up with our number 3 pick? 4 pick.
I drafted her late. Yeah.
No, we drafted
She
her.
was y'all's number 4 pick. Yeah.
Okay, when did you draft a woman regular?
Spencer-
Oh, after
right
we did.
after.
Okay, yeah, be quiet then. I am Cold Dog said, although I would not dare to dream of being in the top 24, I would respectfully ask that you all put some enthusiasm on my name, as my average is a $50 super chat. Now, that is true. He ain't there often, but when he show up, he coming with that 50 ball. That's facts. Shout
Who
out
is that?
That was I am Cold Dog.
Okay, fair.
That's fair.
I heard B. Todd has been in the chat, though.
B Todd's been in the chat.
Okay.
Afro Thunder's been in the chat. Let
Yeah.
me get 3 more, and then we got to keep it moving. Listen, Afro Thunder sent $50 and said, hey, I'm honored. JoJo, our guy, said, yo, I appreciate the opportunity for real. I'm ready to suit up and play. Glad I didn't go to the other team, too. I'm glad as well. They're sick about it.
Okay, we good and freaky on this side, brother. Bring the
All the
baby
way.
on if you want to come over here.
Lots of honey packs and blue rhinos over there.
You damn straight.
JoJo said, I still got unfinished business with Carebear. He been ducking me for over a month about Madden, and y'all seen the Knicks put belt to ass to the Hawks. Yes,
They
we
did,
just
bro.
covered that
That
for
was a
you.
good one.
B. Todd!
What up, B. Todd?
Benjamin Todd in the building said,
Number
I
one.
don't like pitting regulars against each other. You trying to tear the family apart, whether it's Mike Nato or Central Cast or I Can Do or Victor
A
Mo
lot of guys on my
or
team.
Mo NYC or 214
My
or
guy.
Tall Up or Shannon.
On my
I
side.
love all the regulars.
Hey, he listed
The
like
same.
7 on my team. So I'm just yeah, appreciate you, B. Todd.
And then Afro Thunder, we'll get to some
Yeah.
more later, but Afro Thunder said, part 1, what up, fam? This Sanders family drama is bothering me. What Shiloh did was uncalled for. He called a respected Hall of Fame female journalist a liar, then made a video trying to gaslight us into thinking he cares about women journalists. Part 2, what makes it worse is you can't critique him without being told to shut up or called a hater. I'm a Shador fan, but part of his fan base treats him and his family the same way MAGA treats Trump. Part 3, he finishes it off with, any critique is hate, and anything they don't like is fake news. It's ridiculous, and none of this actually benefits Shador.
Well, Afro Thunder, we'd say that the super chats do produce
the
the
show.
show. So
They
look,
do.
let's
Facts.
go ahead and get to it. This is all stemming from Mary Kay Cabot put out a tweet yesterday talking about Shador Sanders and Deshaun Watson and their quarterback battle. She said, and I quote, with my breaking news here that Deshaun Watson has taken the lead over Shador Sanders in the Browns quarterback competition and is the inside track to win it, I think they should declare him QB1 ASAP and let the first team offense start to cook. There's no time to waste. That's what she put out. That was the statement that she said. Shiloh Sanders then responded in Instagram comments saying, go make me a sandwich, or go make a sandwich, Mary. to Mary Kay Cabot. Yeah, it was kind of a crazy thing to say. Shiloh also had this response about it while on his Twitch stream. I'll let you guys take a listen.
If you're going to be a reporter and report facts. Whenever you have your opinion, and your opinion is always something hateful to Shador, then it makes it seem like it's something weird, like it's an agenda that you have going on. And there's plenty of women in this field that take this serious and take reporting football serious and actually do homework and study the game and get the statistics right and get the news right. But with you is so much emotion that I don't want you to make women look bad when it comes to reporting, because you don't have the will to actually want to report real things that are going on. So it don't even make sense.
That's what Shiloh had to say about that. He was also later on Coach JB's show. I'll let you guys take a listen to what he had to say. Also
Big
making
Smitty.
more
news, man. Our producer Bailey, can you go ahead and bring JB in? What's going on with JB?
What's up? Are we on? I'm making a sandwich, dog. My dad.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Anyone can make a sandwich. They trying to pay me being misogynistic, bro.
obviously in response to Coach JB telling Mina Kimes to go make him a sandwich after the whole quarters defense thing.
Mary Kay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I'm saying that's JB. JB was saying that about Mina Kimes, yeah. And then Mary Kay Cabot obviously being told to make a sandwich. Fellas, how do we feel about these comments from Shiloh Sanders and on Mary Kay Cabot?
Shiloh got to tread carefully. Shiloh got to tread very carefully. As you're getting into the TV game, getting into the podcast game, especially if you've yet to accomplish anything in the TV or the podcast game, be mindful of who you make an enemy before you create allies. And so at the point in which you're using phrases that are misogynistic, both saying someone should make you a sandwich or saying that Mary Kay Cabot, implying that she's too emotional, a woman that has been honored by the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the Pro Football Writers Hall of Fame, implying that she's too emotional or implying that she should go make a sandwich, things that have been used misogynistically. Just for what, Shiloh? Just what's your intention? This is because Mary Kay Cabot said the Browns have given Deshaun Watson the inside track to be a starter. This is because Mary Kay Cabot said, given the fact that the Browns has given Deshaun Watson an inside track to be the starter, they should move forward with him getting the first team reps and move forward full speed ahead. That is why she should go make a sandwich. That is why she's coming off as emotional, because she said what the majority of the sports world, men, women, gender neutral, are thinking, because Deshaun Watson is making $80 or so million that the Browns should go ahead and move forward with him. That is what was so offensive. That is what was so emotional. Shiloh has to be very careful also of who he necessarily associates himself with. Coach JB has done some very sexist type of things, saying that a woman should go make a sandwich, or saying that Mina Kimes doesn't understand football because she doesn't understand defenses. So just be mindful as you're entering into this media landscape. And I only say this because I've been in the media landscape for over a decade now. As you're entering into this media landscape, be mindful of the enemies you create before you create allies. Also, Shiloh, Mary Kay is better at what she does than you are at what you do. So you just have to be cognizant of that truth. You're still ascending. You got one of the greatest personalities in my mind on television for a young dude. You could be a star in this game, but just tread carefully and be cognizant of making the big mistake. It's all ha-has, it's all kikis, it's all tongue-in-cheek right now. But I just think that was out of bounds by Shiloh. And notice, I haven't up until this point mentioned the name Shador. Ain't got nothing to do with Shador. But don't make the last name Sanders negligent. Like don't make it offensive, right? Dion has the utmost respect of women. Shador has the utmost respect of women. And you say make me a sandwich, it might be funny to you. Just be cognizant, bro. Be cognizant.
Yeah, Mary Kate came out and said she felt like Deshaun Watson looked good. She felt like they should just name him the starter. That was her opinion. She wasn't stating it as a fact. But I also get where Shiloh was coming from, minus the go make me a sandwich. That's his little brother. And so he's big brother. He all he's doing is trying to protect his little brother, but he's probably making it worse for him, because I guarantee if reporters were allowed in the locker room in OTAs, they'd be asking him these questions now. Shedeur would be answering. So what do you think about what your brother said?
Right.
And so it's just unnecessary. I get it. That's your little brother, and you want to defend him. All she said was, I thought Deshaun Watson looked good. They should probably name him a starter now. He took offense to that. I'm okay with that. The go make me a sandwich and things of that nature, like, it's just uncalled for. You don't have to do that. And it's going to make it harder on his brother because subconsciously, the people in the Browns building that like Mary Kate, they going to remember that.
Yeah.
And although Shedeur had nothing to do with it, you're indirectly hurting them and you don't even realize that. You're because they're going to assume that you are a reflection of him when that's not the case.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure when he said it and he probably talked to Prime, it was like, why you say that? Because you have a mother, you have 2 sisters. And so you don't want that stigma out there about the women in your life, so don't do that to someone else.
You go, Ken.
I wanted to jump in here and say, like, look, whenever people already don't like you for no reason, a lot of times, don't give them a reason. And then that's kind of my big thing here is like, hey, if any other brother of a very polarizing quarterback in the league, a report came out that he might not be starting for the team, and then you go out and then that person's brother goes out and says to that reporter, yo, go make a sandwich, bruh. It's a horrible look for your brother at the end of the day, and that's kind of my big thing. And then also to combat a take about like I don't know to combat yourself being labeled as misogynistic, to then go on a podcast with someone else that has had like the same label thrown on him. It just doesn't really do as much for your trying to like bounce back against it. Take as it could. I just think it's tough. He also went on there and said that he took issue with this comment from Mary Kay Cabot from before. It was like a year ago. I'll let you guys take a listen to what she had to say.
That he's going to have to do to catch up or leapfrog Dylan and some of the other guys.
Talking about Dylan.
You can't be just thinking. You've got to know it. So hopefully he's at home with Shiloh and he's barking out plays to Shiloh and barking out the terminology like,
what do I have to do with anything?
Yeah. But yeah, essentially he was saying, what do I have to do with anything? I'll keep playing it.
I didn't mention you. I'm at home chilling. I didn't mention you.
When was this?
This was last year.
Okay, this last year.
If you don't mention me, at least put in a good word for me to get a little spot on the team.
Right. Because I feel like she was trying to be shady a little bit. Like that's how it came off.
If you want to mention me, at least help me get on the team.
Shiloh you gotta be mindful. Like, you shooting at somebody who never shot at you. When Mary Kay was making that statement, it's just, hey, your brother's on defense. Usually your family helps you prepare for whatever it is they help you prepare for. Yeah. Maybe you outside playing ball and you barking out your plays to Shiloh, you know what I mean? 328 Denver, whatever the case may be. Like, I really didn't like this from Shiloh for several reasons. Number one, why are you attacking a woman who didn't even do or say anything? All she said what most people think. Browns should go ahead and name Deshaun Watson the starter and let him cook. That's what the Browns probably should do, in large part because go ahead and figure out what you have with Deshaun so you can figure out what you have with Shedeur. But then you double down on wrong by going on a show with an individual and the white dude who has consistently attacked women in sports, like consistently attacked their intellect or an ability for a woman to be involved with sports. So it's just be mindful of who you associate with after you do this. For the Sanders family, especially Dion and Shedeur, are so like, they just always say, for the most part, like at the podium, they try to say the right thing.
And for the most part, they're universally loved, both of them. Both of them.
But the problem is Bucky, the one that's the outspoken one who be going at people. And then now Shiloh, you creating drama for no reason.
I just think it's not needed. It's not needed at all. And also, in a situation where like a lot of people have your back and they say that you get hate for no reason or whatnot. Like I said before, don't give them a reason to hold on to that. I think now this is like, it's a bad look. It's a really, really bad look. I wouldn't want my family members going out there and telling a female reporter to go make a sandwich on my behalf because maybe I will or won't win the starting job. It looks childish, and honestly, and I know they're a lot better than this, but it looks like, oh, I'm not getting my way, so I'm going to be really upset about it. Even this statement now about, oh, well, if you're going to mention me, at least put a good word in so I could get a opportunity with the team. I don't even think what she was saying was in any way negative about you.
It wasn't.
I think she was talking about Shedeur putting in more extra work outside of it all to give himself an opportunity to start. We've been looking at Mary Kay Cabot reports time and time again throughout the entire season, and I haven't seen a single overly biased negative thing about Shedeur, Shiloh, or the Sanders family in general. Now, I don't know if y'all's personal experiences or anything that she said behind the scenes y'all might have rubbed you the wrong way, but the examples you're giving and what's been said already just does not make enough sense.
But if you're Shiloh, if you're just a Sander or a supporter, especially a family member, when she says Deshaun Watson should be named a starter after one weekend, does it make it seem like, damn, you really want my brother or my family member to get put on the bench after that? Like, why are you reporting this so soon?
What do you guys think it does for?
Because I think Deshaun should be the starter because of how much freaking money they're paying him. You think so? Everybody thinks so.
But if you're a family member, does it come off as if, oh, you don't like Shedeur?
Bro, here's the problem. In respect, but the problem is literally everything not to Dion, because Dion hasn't said nothing, at least to me. Everything from what I've heard from so many of the Sanders family comes off as you don't like Shedeur. I literally had to DM Bucky one day a tweet of every time I mentioned Shedeur. 14 times were positive. 3 times were neutral. 1 time was negative. And he quote tweeted the time that was negative with a video gif that was like, bitch, something like that.
Yeah.
And I said, bro, you making an enemy out of someone who has been a fan and a friend since day one.
Making an enemy out of an ally.
Like, you're making an enemy. Bro, if you make an enemy out of your allies, you will be left with no allies. Bro, and I literally had to send Bucky a screenshot of every time. It's not hard to search. You can literally search every time Emmanuel Acho's mentioned Shedeur on X, on Twitter. And it is overwhelmingly positive. But when you hear the one negative, you bark back at the one that's negative. Now it's like, I don't even want to be an ally anymore. Like, now, if I'm going to err on one side, if you mad at me, I feel uncomfortable being an ally. So unless you obsessively praise Shedeur, so many of those that rock with him think you hate him, and it's really nauseating, and it's just incompetent.
Man.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, can I weigh in here just quickly, because I'd be remiss to not express the same level of disdain, disappointment, and disgust for Shiloh Sanders' comments about Mary Kay Cabot when we felt the same way about Laura Ingram's comments toward LeBron James when she told him to shut up and dribble. This is the equivalent of shut up and dribble for a woman in media. And so as furious as we were as a community, whatever that community was, former professional athletes, black man, black fathers, black community, whatever the community was that you were a part of, we were furious at Laura Ingram for telling LeBron to shut up and dribble. We need to express that same fury with Shiloh and his comments about Mary Kay Cabot and be the allies that we should be in this situation, because honestly, this is unacceptable, especially for somebody that seemingly is aspiring to be a part of the media as a public figure. This is just unacceptable from Shiloh, and I hope he learns his lesson, but I can tell you, doesn't look like he's looking in the right places right now.
But that's why I said, bro, be mindful as you get into this media game. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, be mindful, bro. When I was working in Fox 7 Austin and Longhorn Network, and then I was working at First Take and Get Up before I finally got the opportunity to kind of co-host the show, then host the show. You can aggravate people once you're hosting. If you're working your way up and you a little peon and you a pawn, you can't aggravate too many people, bro.
Right.
And like, Shiloh, you're not even a rookie yet in the media game. Like, you're still in Pee-wee. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't say that disrespectfully. I say that to say Shiloh played 15 years of football before he went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in camp.
Yep.
You need to work your same way up in media.
Right.
Imagine being a freshman on a football team and you going at a senior. Mary Kay's been covering the Browns since I was drafted there in 2012.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you going at her, it's just very unwise. Very unwise. Let's get some super chats before we move to this Nuggets game.
Listen, I'm going to try to catch up as much as I can on these super chats. R. Stone sent a $50 super chat and says, Shiloh is projecting some Diego Pavia energy right now coming from a family that has been in the public this long is severely disappointing. He has to remember who he directly or indirectly represents. Be careful of the company you keep, which is pretty much exactly what you all have been saying, especially you, TJ. Taller 340 said, round of applause. Baby, make that Stroud clap.
I hope CJ proves us wrong.
I hope he does. Yeah, I'm rooting for CJ for sure. I like him. He's a good kid.
Yeah, that was
most
crazy.
definitely.
That was wild.
I hate that I'm saying this about CJ. I actually like CJ.
We all do.
Yeah, we do.
TJ, I'm glad you weren't here that day, bro.
Wow, that was bad.
So when somebody plays terrible, it without being said, one person in here just yells round of applause, and whoever played terrible, we put their name in.
Yeah.
Baby, make that whoever the name is. And after Stroud played so bad,
it was so bad, bro.
I would have defended him. I defend my guys, man.
I think, he can bounce back from that though.
That night though.
That night,
Sometimes you just got to take your whooping.
Take
go
your
grab that switch and just take your whooping. Snap Prescott for Carebear's burner said 2 picks in and it's already over. TJ a big belly bear won. Shout out to all the undrafted free agents. Terrence Smith.
Hold on. Time out. Why is Snap Prescott saying that the draft is already over 2 picks in? That means he's one of those 3. I'm thinking it's Central Cast, bro.
It might be.
It's got to be Central.
He's just got like 4 burners in the chat.
Yeah,
Social Sneeze burner, Snack Prescott. That's crazy.
It's Central Cast.
Terrence Smith dropped the super chat and said, my guys, I'm honored. Hashtag number 8. Shout out to the Kobe pick. It's Versa, who's also been pretty prolific here recently, said, good evening, gentlemen. Shout out TJ, number 84. Go Ravens. First off, I did indeed mean to say God evening. Oh, okay. My fault, brother.
Oh, wow.
Praise the big man up too. Question, do the Lakers mess this up? Come on, King James. Do better, fam.
You got to answer that one, TJ. That's a good question.
We bet not mess this up.
Yeah.
There's no up 3-0. First team in NBA history to do it. It bet not happen to us.
With no KD?
It bet not happen to us.
Come on now.
Bet not.
It can't. Mike Nato in the building said, let's go, Team Carebear and TJ. Put me in. I will sack Acho. I got that Max Crosby motor. Let's go.
That's what we need.
R. Stone said, there will be a whole lot of fines and suspensions incoming for 2-ply Bears team.
That's facts.
Yeah. 2-ply. Charmin Bear. Yeah. Charmin. He ain't even Charmin Ultra. He's single ply.
Hey, hold up. Look.
Y'all gonna be
we're
ineligible.
A team of character. Well, just like the Florida Gators had to be led by Tim Tebow, we have I Can Do 413 to get those fellas locked.
And he is going to be tired. Trying to wrangle Central Cast and Shannon Wilson's freaky ass.
Was Jesus surrounding himself with
Was
Jesus surrounding himself with beacons of society? No. He was out there in the sticks with John the Baptist smelling like cricket ass and camelback. That's where Jesus was, okay? So I Can Do 413 is going to be happy to lead this team. He's team captain that we got over here.
It sounds good, man. Listen, JIE Protective Services, our sleeper pick of the draft, said, thank you. I'm ready to put in the work. They're going to regret going up against us. That's facts. Hella Not Slim said this is an expansion draft. They didn't let the real G's in. Listen, better luck next year, brother. Keep trying. Mosey the Wrestling God said, yo, Speakeasy was good. Y'all gonna remember me as I will be super chatting from now on. Trust. How about them Cowboys, Carebear? I have been a Speakeasy regular, but I haven't been super chatting or typing that much in the chat. Sadly, Mosey, now's your time to shine. Afro Thunder said, how Shiloh ain't playing the league, but sound like he got CTE. Wow. That's crazy. Hella Not Slim also said, I started that with Hurts, Ahmad Williams, and then HS Ricky Burr said, what's up, y'all? Much love from Oakland, California. I got a question for TJ. What is your opinion on the 49ers first pick in
Stribling?
Yep.
We talked about it a little bit.
We did talk about that. I didn't like the pick. He's athletic and he's talented. Yep. But you got to be able to produce in college. You can't have 3 games with less than 15 yards with a team that airs the ball out.
Yeah.
Ole Miss is airing it out. Yeah. That's my only problem. But he does have physical talent.
Yeah. That's fair. Listen, JoJo, our guy on Team Acho and Social Trade, said, yo, the Rockets won 2 back-to-back games. Do y'all think that they have the momentum to win the whole thing, Acho? Yo.
What whole thing? The series?
The series, yeah.
Yeah, they can win the series.
Yeah,
I think
crazy.
I picked them to win the series now.
Still.
Crazy.
They can win. They can win
now.
the series. They can. And
Yeah.
honestly, they probably should.
Yeah.
Because if they win tomorrow, which is Game 6, all the pressure gonna be on the Lakers. Game 7 up 3-0.
Y'all tripping.
Hold on. Can I say this before it gets
Go ahead.
started? After, if the Lakers do blow a 3-0 lead, is it LeBron James's fault? Because everyone, I'm telling you,
that's
I've
gonna be
never
the
seen
narrative.
Jordan blow a 3-0 lead.
They're gonna blame them for
That's
sure.
gonna
They're
be
gonna blame him, and
Yeah.
you have to blame him.
41-year-old LeBron?
Reason being is like LeBron never gave us the legitimate output we know he's capable of giving us. Remember, LeBron had a 30-point game versus the Rockets in the regular season. He had like 4 dunks in that game.
Yeah.
So like LeBron has had, I think, a 10-point game, like a 14-point game. Like LeBron has yet to give us the 30-point game we just saw him give us in mid-March. So that to me is what, if LeBron goes out swinging, can't blame him. But if LeBron goes out with 16 points and 8 assists and 3 boards,
He's washed.
See,
That's gonna be the
this is the
narrative.
biggest problem with the Lakers right now. In the first 3 games, Luke Kennard and or Marcus Smart were balling.
Getting buckets. Yep.
That's not the case now.
yeah.
So they were balling. They're not balling now.
But the other problem is then you bring in Reeves, and even last game there's all types of discombobulated.
Yes.
Now Marcus Smart can't find his rhythm and his groove. Luke Kennard can't find his rhythm and his groove. They're not playing the same significant amount of minutes. Austin Reeves,
That's
shout
the
out to him
key.
for getting buckets.
Reeves
but
played well, but it's now
at
taking
the
shots and
expense of-
opportunity away from those 2 guys.
Bingo. You got one, you lost 2.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me finish JoJo's super chat real quick. Then we got to keep it moving. After one more. So you got some stuff going on in there. Please. Oh, he said, if you're in here, please subscribe and shout out to the people in the back. Shout out to the gang
Yes,
in the
sir.
back. And shout out to Acho, TJ, Carebear, and Trey. Love the show. And then last one before we got to keep it moving. Brand's book said, I hope the praise for McDaniels is just as loud as the disrespect. Fuck Jokic. He's a crybaby. Some strong words
F
from Brand's
Jokic,
book.
he's a crybaby.
Hey,
Let's go
what he
ahead and
said.
talk about it because
Jokic
Jaden
got another
McDaniels
fight.
has been absolutely balling.
He has.
Guys, there's
Yeah. I
a
called it.
couple
I
of
can't wait
seconds
for
left.
Shady to
They're
get
down
back.
10. The Thunder, I'm sorry, not the Thunder. The Timberwolves are sending the Denver Nuggets home packing.
Cancun.
Look, Nuggets fans are in
Cancun.
absolute shambles right now. It was a rough night. Jokic got himself into a fight as well. It looked like, Jalen Clark ended up getting into a heated altercation with Jokic. Looks like Jokic is getting jumped right here. But in a night where they don't have Dante DiVincenzo, Ayo Dosunmu, or Anthony Edwards, Nikola Jokic, and these Nuggets fall short. And a fun stat I wanted to bring up for you guys. Year that Jokic won the NBA Finals, the first round they played a 42-win team, second round, 45-win team, third round, 43-win team, and in the NBA Finals played the 8 seed, 44-win Miami Heat. He has never beaten a 50-plus win team in the postseason, and now he adds another loss to that playoff record. How bad does this look for Jokic and the Nuggets?
Looks terrible for Jokic because he's the best player. Realistically speaking, Jamal Murray absolutely sucked. 417 and minus 18 when he was on the court. Terrible. But when I think about the Timberwolves, bro, the Timberwolves called they punch, telegraphed they punch, and still drew blood. Jaden McDaniels said, we go at them weak defenders. They are weak defenders. He had 30 and 10 and 3 in a closeout game.
He said that after the first game.
And he said it after the first game. Called the shot.
Yeah.
Telegraphed the
Do
punch
something.
and then landed the punch. They beat down the Nuggets and aren't even afraid of the Nuggets anymore. Big Jokic, everybody, worry about his brothers, worry about his brothers. They jumping Jokic on the court. Not to mention, Gobert had Jokic in check, especially during that 3-game losing streak the Nuggets had. Think about this for a moment. Jokic game 2, 8 of 20. Jokic game 3, 7 of 26. Jokic game 4, 8 of 22. So when I think about like the Nuggets just got absolutely manhandled from top to bottom.
There's no way the Denver Nuggets should lose this series when Anthony Edwards gets hurt. There's no way. Anthony Edwards is by far and away the best player on the Minnesota Timberwolves. When he goes down, everybody, Denver's going to win this.
Yeah.
There's no way because Jokic has been praised so much, rightfully so.
Yep.
this has to be a stain on his career.
Absolutely.
It has to. Like, you never beat a 50-win team in any series when you won a championship, or just period.
Yeah.
And you lose to a Minnesota Timberwolves team that doesn't have Anthony Edwards? That should never happen. It's almost as if it's, he didn't have help. Jamal, everybody's now is going to take the blame of him and say, Jamal Murray didn't play well. What about the other 3 games that you just spoke of?
Yeah.
That Jokic didn't play well. Like, you're going to forget those 3 games and just go to this last game? But 100% huge disappointment by the Denver Nuggets. But remember this. They chose to play Minnesota. Go back to the last 3 games of the regular season.
Yep.
This is what they wanted. They chose this.
Yeah.
How you going to choose them and they park you and send you home? They chose this. Because the way it was going, at the end of the regular season, they was sitting their whole team, sit this guy, sit this. We want to play Minnesota. Well, you got what you wanted.
Man. It's a tough one. It's a tough look. And I think also it's a testament to championships being a team accomplishment. Now, I know what you said about Jamal Murray tonight. He did go 4-17. It was a bad game. But in 2 of their 3 losses, he did have a stinker tonight, but in 2 of their 3 losses in the series, he had 30 in 2 of those games. So you can't just put it all on him. Jokic, I think, is being asked to do too much with this roster, though. I think he is an incredible player, and I don't want to say that a part of this, it doesn't fall on him. Yes, Rudy did have him in check, especially in big moments down the stretch time and time again during this series, which is why they ended up falling short. But I will say this is why you need a Hall of Fame 2 to be able to win multiple championships. Like I said before, there's never been a player in NBA history to be a number 1. He's an all-time great conversation to win multiple championships without a Hall of Fame teammate. I don't think Jokic has that. Jamal Murray is amazing. If he's hot, he can give you a crazy buckets but you need him to play consistently enough to be able to get through these series. I don't think Jokic has that. And to be honest, if he stays with Denver, I don't see Jokic getting another championship.
The problem, though, for me is Jokic has to take ownership of this series because of the 3 losses and how he played in the 3 losses. Remember, Jamal Murray had 3 30-point games. He sucked tonight. Closeout game, absolutely atrocious. But I believe Jamal Murray had 30, 30, 24, 30, and then like a 16-point game in there, and then tonight an atrocious 12-point game in there. But like, Jokic has to take ownership of this. You can't go 7 of 26. You can't go 8 of 22. You can't go 8 of 20. You can't let Jaden McDaniels call you out. They was attacking Jokic, bro.
Yeah.
You can't let him call you out, and then Jaden McDaniels has 30 and 10. No DeSumo. No Ant-Man. No DiVincenzo. Are those the top 3 2 guards? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, are those the first 2 guards, the second 2 guards, the third 2 guards? Like, the T-Wolves beat you without... obviously there's some positional versatility between those 3 players, but I would suggest the T-Wolves beat you without them cats, bro, and then they fighting you and not afraid of it?
No.
Does this for you guys throw Jokic in the same conversation as Luka as a defensive liability?
Oh, a defensive liability, yes. But Jokic just won a championship, so it's kind of like it's a little different.
But he never beat a 51 team.
We all knew he was a defensive liability. We all knew that. He's just so good offensively that it's like, it don't matter. Like, he had a good game today.
Yeah, he did.
Almost
but he's going to get all the blame.
9 rebounds. Damn near had a triple-double.
Yeah.
He did his part. But ultimately, when you are the best player on the team, it all falls on your shoulders.
Yeah.
It has to, because you get so much of the credit. It has to fall on his shoulders. But this is you look at Minnesota, Terrence Shannon, I don't know what these coaches are doing, but he got to play more.
Yeah.
He got to play more.
But they got too many good 2 guards, bro.
He got to play more.
Yeah.
Ayo would have done the same thing before.
Game on the line, season on the line, he's forced to play, and he did his thing.
Yeah.
Like a guy like you played 35 minutes, you scored 24 points. And it's like you're barely even getting playing time.
Yeah.
When everybody is healthy. And so that's a tribute to their coaching staff. Players stepping up when it matters. When it matters. Jaden McDaniel, he looked like a star.
I wish Shady was here so bad.
He looked like a star.
He talked crazy about Jaden McDaniel.
gosh.
And we got to be honest here. The disrespect was very, very loud. So I'm expecting the apology to be much louder because not only did
LaShawn?
after yes, I mean, we'll see what happens with Shady, but just
Very
from people in
dim
general because Jaden McDaniels was getting clowned after saying, "Oh, look, they don't have anyone that's a good defender. We're going right at him." And then he proceeds to have his best offensive series in his entire career's history. He was absolutely balling. Tonight, he gave you 32, 10, and 3, plus 16 while on the court. Let's go back and look at the other games that he had. Yeah, he ended up having some other good games as well. Put up 20, 12, 13, and then 32 tonight in a big game. I mean, dude, he's... Especially whenever they needed him, Anthony Edwards out.
He gave you 30 and 10, Kieran, and he gave you 20 and 10.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What he just showed you
But
is
he
the
basically
reason why I'm
shot
not
50% in this series.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I'm going to talk and I'm going to back it up. I shot 50% in the series.
Yeah. And you're not going to me.
Yep.
I got 2 steals in the block. I'm
Exactly.
good. He's not just.
If he's stepping
not
up as a
steamroll
two-way
me.
player, though, how far do you think these Timberwolves can go in the playoffs?
Who they got next?
They're playing the
Who they
Spurs
got
next.
Over.
Oh.
They going home.
Yeah, but at least they'll push it to 6.
Maybe not. They going home.
Of course.
With the injuries, it's tough.
It's going to be 4-1. It'll be 4-1.
T-Wolves got too much heart.
If the Timberwolves,
The Spurs have
get
too
healthy,
much talent.
Goodbye, San Antonio. If the Timberwolves get healthy for that series, goodbye, San Antonio. They're going home.
If Ant comes back, it'll make it a series.
They're going home,
But-
TJ.
But even if
The
Ant
Spurs
comes back,
have way
Ant
too
is
much
coming
talent.
back. Where I disagree with T, if the T-Wolves was healthy, it's a good matchup.
It is a
Gobert and Wemby,
it's a
cool.
good matchup. But without Anthony Edwards, they're going home.
agree
Because the
with that.
Spurs
Yeah, of course.
have defenders that are athletic. All the wings they play are athletic and can defend. All of them.
But you know the difference maker? Julius Randle.
yeah.
Who gonna guard Julius Randle? You're not gonna waste Wemby on him.
Johnson,
Keldon Johnson, he's coming off
He'll
the
guard
bench.
him.
Too small.
He ain't too small.
Carter Bryant's
He not too small.
They got defenders
That's
over
what I'm
there.
saying. They
do.
got
Yeah.
dudes that
They do.
like
But
Carter
they lack
Bryant
experience.
can guard.
I keep
They do
trying
lack-
to
they're
tell
gonna have to take
people
their-
that playoff pedigree matters,
Trey, the
bro.
problem is, though, they can get by here because they're not going to play the Timberwolves at full strength. Whether those guys come back or not, I don't think this is the
Yeah,
full
Anthony
strength
Edwards,
Timberwolves
he's gonna
team.
be out. He not
Yeah,
coming
he not-
back.
Yeah, without
Oh,
Anderson,
he been hurt. He been hurt. Even when he
Yeah.
was playing,
He was still
he
hobbled.
playing hurt.
He was
Exactly.
still hobbled. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
true.
we'll see. The Spurs are going to be an interesting team to watch. But I just want to say, on the Jokic front, I want to hear people talk about him the next year. Like they talk about Luka Doncic when they talk about defense and being a liability. Because
They do,
what we
they
saw
do.
this,
They talk about Jokic
Trey
not
was.
playing
I give
defense.
Trey some credit. Trey was when he was saying he got saved in their zone.
Yeah,
but like
that zone
guys-
hides
Stat
him.
you out
and
there.
also the 50 playoff win situation. I think that does kind of mean something.
That's bad.
It does. It has to mean
That-
something.
that is bad.
That matters.
Luke, for instance, and I know I'm tying this to Luka a lot. I am a Luka fanboy. I'll go out and say it. Luka's playoff run that they went to the NBA Finals, 350 plus win teams that they had to get by. It was the Clippers. It was I forgot who it was in the second round.
Suns.
Yeah, Clippers, Suns, and then they ended up Clippers, Thunder were the 1 seed, and then the
Then the
Timberwolves,
Suns.
and then they had to play a
Timberwolves,
60 win team Celtics in the championship. Jokic
Yeah.
never had to play a team.
We just that context is cool for you. Nobody will care in history. I
Nobody's
don't
gonna
disagree
care.
with you.
No. They're gonna care about the ring, but it's a team accomplishment,
But you
and
know
also
what's
you're
crazy?
bad.
I think the Nuggets are officially done.
Hey,
No more championships. They're not a big dog anymore. Like I always
don't hear
thought
that.
the Thunder were just as good as the Nuggets were just as good as everybody else because Jokic.
They are done.
They're done.
They're done.
Jokic is amazing, and he's going to keep them in top 4, top 5 seeds. But
they're
I
done.
they didn't have enough talent to win a championship. They just don't. They played extremely hot.
Bro,
Aaron Gordon didn't play though, so that
he be hurt. Remember last year?
But he
played with like a torn hamstring.
Yeah.
He always hurt. He old. The thing for me, is it fair to say, Kieran, and you should know this, the Nuggets this era of the Nuggets are the Dallas Mavericks from 2003 to 2013.
Yes.
They'll win 50 every season.
Yep.
They're 45
They're gonna be an
every
offensive
season.
anomaly.
They'll be a
Everybody.
top 4 seed. They'll get 1 chip. They already got their 1 chip.
Yep.
They'll always be competitive. They'll be right there, but they're just not there. Their best player can't play defense. And
Yeah, it's dependent on, especially whenever they were doing their best. Do we have a good shooting night? If we get hot with our shooters, we can go all the way to a championship. But I think also, if we're being honest, they're missing Mike Malone. They're missing Mike Malone. That might be a nasty conversation to have, but I think they're missing Mike Malone.
Ain't no going back.
Nope, no going back now. But look, anyway, we got to keep things pushing. Obviously, biggest news in the world this week has been Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion, their cheating rumors and whatnot. There was an accusation that Klay did his cheating with WNBA player Lexie Brown, who essentially has been receiving threats and all sorts of crazy stuff on social media. A lot of backlash. I'll let you guys listen to what she had to say about it.
Me and Klay do know each other because we both play professional basketball. I would have considered him a friend. I do not know Meg Thee Stallion at all. You know, today, I'm still the only person that has denied this entire situation of my involvement and claim that this is 100% false. And the fact that I'm still the only one that is defending my name, I have no idea how to process that. And that's the last thing that I'm struggling to process, is that there's this massive outcry for protecting Black women, and nobody has mentioned Lexie Brown's name in any of those conversations.
Fellas, how do we feel? Do we feel like Klay Thompson should have come out and defended Lexie Brown?
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. No. And not that Klay, and obviously, one, I feel bad for Lexie Brown because she's on the brunt receiving end of just lies. But Klay's not going to come out and defend Lexie because Klay's not going to acknowledge what's going on. There's no reason to continue to give this oxygen. Klay hasn't said anything. He's made one comment on somebody's post today, but, Meg came out and made her statement, accused Klay Thompson of cheating, but why even give that any sort of light? If I say I didn't cheat with Lexie, well, now you're still acknowledging that you cheated. I'm just not even going to acknowledge anything that Meg Thee Stallion is saying. So, unfortunately for Lexie, Lexie's getting attacked, but she ain't getting attacked because of Klay. Lexie should be going at Meg Thee Stallion supporters and Meg Thee Stallion fans and Meg Thee Stallion for allowing that to go on. Why didn't Meg Thee Stallion come out and say, hey, it wasn't Lexie? Meg's the one who knows who Klay allegedly cheated with. So I'm not going to say that Klay should have come out and the only thing he said was I didn't cheat with Lexie. Okay, so you still cheated. Just don't give it oxygen, bro, because now you, Klay, are in the midst of this mess. Let Meg be the one who's going to let her emotions lead her to social media, and Klay just don't say anything.
Yeah.
I agree because Klay ain't said nothing. He went on his boat, had a little bandana around his face, and was just jamming. Now, I'll say that who started this? That it was
someone
Lexie
random,
Brown.
apparently, and that's who's most to blame. In my opinion,
who started this to put her in the crosshairs of all of this? That's the problem that I don't like, because it's unfair to her that she has to go through something that supposedly, allegedly, she has no part of.
Yeah.
Why does she have to be subjected to death threats and you do nothing? That's what I don't like. For her, you get on social media, they threaten your life. Your family, they over this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh? Y'all really threaten somebody's life over somebody that you don't know, over somebody that ain't doing shit for you. You threaten somebody's life.
Yeah.
Because you're a fan of someone? This is crazy to me. I feel bad for her, and the person that started this and said it was her, they're dead wrong for this. Yeah. But somebody, not Klay Thompson, because Klay has not commented on this.
Yeah.
The person that started the rumor I was just messing around. Do something, because it's unfair to her.
Yeah, I wanted to say though too. Unfortunately, it is that's what happens whenever you have public relationships and or people falling out and whatnot, and rabid fan bases full of people with parasocial relationships with their favorite celebrity. It's ridiculous. And I obviously the person that started the rumor, it's crazy. And in Klay Thompson's position, I'm already getting bombarded. All the death threats that she's getting, I'm sure those same people are extending them to him. So he's in the middle of receiving all of this and trying not to comment on it at all. So I'm sure in the middle of all of that, someone random starting a rumor about a third party that's not involved in any way. It's kind of hard to be like, yo, let me come out and say in the middle of my bombardment that, yo, it wasn't this person. then these people might just be like, nah, yeah, it was. That's the reason why you wanted to come out and say that it wasn't. These people don't think logically. The stands don't think logically. The people that have fake accounts with pictures of their favorite celebrity and nothing faceless, and faceless accounts over and over and over again, they don't think logically. And they live parasocial relationships with their cell phones and talk crazy to people and do all sorts of crazy stuff like this. So I feel really bad for Lexie Brown. It's a very unfortunate set of circumstances, but I will say this set of circumstances is created by having a public relationship and someone with a rabid fan base shitting on someone publicly. This is the type of stuff that can happen, unfortunately.
This is interesting because I don't want to sound like we're playing the blame game on Meg, obviously, because if Meg allegedly got cheated on, then Meg is, to a large degree, the victim here. But I mean, we're talking about a dating relationship of 8 or 9 months, so this isn't like
it's not her.
Meg.
It's
like,
not Megan's fault or Klay Thompson's fault. It's neither one.
But there is you know your fan base. You know, there are some people, especially political parties, we know that there's some people where, like, if you tweet something and you know your followers, you know what your followers are capable of doing.
Unless Megan told somebody that it was this young lady, she can't be culpable for any.
I disagree.
I don't think Meg is culpable for Lexie getting attacked, but Meg is culpable for Klay getting attacked. She culpable for people getting attacked.
No.
Klay, you get cheated on. She don't care if Klay Thompson getting attacked. She don't care about that.
Clay's culpable if he did this, like she said, which it seems like he did, because we talk about
culpable?
Yes, because we talk about all the time what you say and what you don't say are equally as important. Klay, you didn't come out. You haven't said I didn't do it. She's lying on my name.
No, hell
blah,
no,
blah.
Trey.
Klay got to hold some accountability.
No, when you get accused of something and now I'm not responding. You're not responding. You know, because to respond is to now throw your name in some
now
mess.
you're getting even more involved.
I'm cool
in the
with
drama.
that, but then all of the vitriol that's being thrown his way for cheating, that you got to take some of that.
But he don't care. He seems to not
that's
care.
cool. I'm not saying he has to care about the stuff being thrown his way, but you got to take that. That is deserved. He earned that.
It's not, Trey. If make yourself 5 years from now, 2 years from now, make yourself more of a public figure.
Yep.
If somebody comes out and says Trey did something irrational, don't acknowledge it. Because if you not, but that doesn't mean you deserve it. You feel like you're telling me that Klay deserves what comes at him because Meg accused him of cheating? You just don't. I don't think Klay deserves it because we don't know what Klay did.
I'm not gonna say he deserves it. I'll walk that back, but he earned it to whatever extent that may be.
It's an accusation. If Klay had,
but if you're not willing to deny the accusation, because I'm thinking of the same thing with Vrabel and Rossini, like. Silence, we've all said it and agreed on the show. Silence is an admission of guilt in a way. So when you don't address it and you're getting attacked like that, either be cool with being attacked.
He is cool with being attacked from Megan's fans.
Cool. So that's what I'm saying.
So then when it comes to the Lexie Brown thing, though, he doesn't have any culpability. Right. Let me tell you why. When you get on Twitter right now and you search Klay Thompson, Megan Thee Stallion, you're going to see a bunch of videos of him on Instagram Live from a boat. That was from 2 or 3 years ago with misinformation in the paragraphs above telling you that he said some crazy stuff about Megan Thee Stallion and responded. He hasn't responded at all. He hasn't said anything. But those same crazy rabbit-ass fans that put those fake videos up or start rumors that it was with a WNBA player, all that other stuff, those people are just served a nothing burger. That's what they should be served, an absolute nothing burger for them to play off of. So they have to make up their own narratives. It's and unfortunately, it is a very unfortunate situation because this young lady does not deserve to be in this situation whatsoever.
Agreed.
But the situation is out publicly because it was put out there.
Correct, and that's why.
And the thing is, Megan Thee Stallion knows. I'm sure she didn't intend in any way for there to be negative backlash on Lexie Brown. But when Megan Thee Stallion puts out a statement saying, yo, cheating, da-da-da-da-da, I did this and this and this for you, blah, 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 you're publicly bashing someone knowing good and damn well your hotties, your group of fans, are going to go bombard that person. Klay Thompson has hella death threats in his DMs right now, a bunch of crazy rabbit-ass fans messaging him, all the same stuff that's happening to Lexie Brown right now, and it's unfortunate. But also for him, if his stance is, look, I already know there's going to be public hatred and all this other stuff, bro, I'm turning the phone off. Hey, I'm sorry.
That's cool.
And he's not giving any credence to fake rumors that he sees online because he sees a bunch of fake stuff anyway.
Let me tell y'all why.
It's not his wife.
Agreed.
This is girlfriend. Somebody he was dating. He can do what he want to do. Say nothing. Say this was his girlfriend. You know how many boyfriend and girlfriends break up all the time?
But let me tell y'all why Meg is wrong in this situation with Lexie. Because None of y'all will relate to this because y'all haven't had real jobs. Okay, I'm the only real retail employee.
Bro, I worked. No, them two.
You've been famous for years,
bro. I worked at a Honda dealership moving cars.
Okay,
changing oil.
Oh, okay.
I worked at a Top Golf as a server.
How'd you fit under the cars,
bro?
Okay, so
that was great. We lifted them up. That was
okay. You had the underground joint like where you walk. Okay, got it. So I think Meg is wrong in this situation. This is not to bash Meg because I just said a few seconds ago that Klay earned some of this. I stand by that, and I do think that's the case. But we're taught in retail. I used to work at Lowe's. See a mess, clean a mess. Meg, you may not have made this mess in terms of starting this Lexie Brown rumor, but you see this mess. You've been outside. There's videos of you now at the club after taking shots off of girls' breasts and doing all the party hot girl things. This is a fellow hottie, hot girl, woman, whatever y'all should be in an alliance, and you see her getting slandered to the point that she's now had to hire a security team. We know the W ain't making that much bread. They just now starting to get some cake. So at the point where this young lady has to spend money on a security team because of a mess that you see and are ignoring is unacceptable. As a fellow woman, I feel like the onus is on Meg to help Lexie in this situation and be like, hey, y'all, clear the air. Lexie had nothing to do with this. Leave her alone. Leave her out of it. What happened between me and Klay is between me and Klay.
In a utopian society, Trey, you're right. That would be the great thing to do. Yep. But realistically speaking, Meg got a bunch on her plate. She probably doesn't care about two craps about what's going on with Lexie Brown. That is why, to me, Meg, you have to use some discernment in just not saying anything about the relationship. Right. Once it's out the bottle, you can't put the toothpaste back in the toothpaste tube.
Yeah.
So, like, Meg can't go out now and it wasn't Lexie. Well, then who was it, girl? Let us know who the... Like, that's why, Meg, you're hard-pressed to not say anything. I don't think Meg should have done it. I don't think Klay should have done it. I think, unfortunately, Lexie Brown caught a stray.
Also, Trey condemning people that are also sending him death threats is like, what is that going to do? I think we know who the people are in her comments sending all this other crazy ass stuff. Do you think it's fans of Klay Thompson?
No,
it's not. And unfortunately, I'm not saying that like. But like that this is the type of stuff that happens from your rabid ass fans. Making it sound you're not comfortable being around your fans.
Which to me makes Meg even more responsible and more of the onus is on her to clear the air. You have to say something. If I say that she's so pro woman and so pro hot girl this and hottie that and women, which is she should be. We all should be. But for you to just let this woman out to dry when you know she doesn't deserve any of this, it's crazy when you are the one that precipitated all of it. I
think TJ's right in that Meg probably thought Klay was finna catch that bomb, not realizing Lexie got hit with a stray.
He was in the crossfire.
Like Meg probably thought, everybody's finna go with Klay because I said he cheated, you had me at your house, da-da-da. Not realizing some are gonna go with Klay, but some are gonna deviate and let me find the broad. Yeah. Let me find her. Okay, it's Lexie, da-da-da.
They're going to go through Klay Thompson's following and try to see what girls that look like Instagram models or da-da-da, and they're going to be sending them DMs too, telling them, oh, you ruined Megan, da-da-da-da-da, you da. Bruh, they're like, these people aren't real. I can't stress this enough. This happens so much, you have to be aware that
so
that's
y'all really
that
don't think Meg owes anything to come clear the air for this?
No.
Wow.
No. You can't, for both of them, it's kind of tough. What you could do in the future is not try to put someone out on blast.
Yeah. Like that's already happened. We've already crossed that bridge.
I'm saying in the future, if you with your next one that you move viral about,
you know what I mean? After this one's
exactly. After this one's, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Do it. I understand you want Klay to receive the backlash. Mm-hmm. That's also the only reason why you put out that statement.
Correct.
That's what you could easily put out TMZ. Oh yeah, we have broken up. We parted ways.
We broke up,
and that's it. You put out on your Instagram story, he cheated. He did this and this and this and this and this because you wanted the whole world to agree with where you're at.
Right. She was hurt. Hurt people. Hurt people.
You're hurt. Yeah, exactly. You were hurt, and that's the situation. We got a lot of super chats on it though.
Yeah, we do. Here's some super chats.
Listen, Benzino021K says, shout out to you guys, one of the best podcasts in the business. Do you guys believe Dallas has enough on both sides of the ball to at least make the championship game?
What championship were we talking about?
Not the Super Bowl. He would have said the Super
The
Bowl if
NFC
he meant the Super
championship?
Bowl.
Yeah, I'm like,
If we make the NFC championship, it'll be the first time in my life that we make the NFC championship. We're the only team in the NFC that has not made an NFC championship in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
They had the
You're
talent.
damn straight we making it to the NFC championship next year. Come on, baby. Let's go.
They got the talent.
Let's go.
Okay, bet.
Look, we're here to shock world. We're here to shock the world, bro. That's just what we're going to do this next season. Just wait. Just wait. Ed Pickens is playing too. I got a call from a trusted source.
what else you got?
Listen, Jonathan James Rambo said, "Hey, fellas, hope you guys are well, along with the fellas in the back. Shout out to the gang in the back."
Hey, that's too much praise for them today.
No, it's not.
It's too. I'm going to have to do it at the end of the show 3 times.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Come on, bro.
Well,
He's
see,
not wrong.
Like
you
we
wouldn't know
get it.
this because you weren't here on Thursday for the draft show, but they really earned their stripes back there.
They
But because
did.
you didn't show up, PTO Bear, you wouldn't know that. I got y'all back there. Listen,
good point.
Jonathan goes on to say, off topic, I know if you have time, what does J Love need to do to get over the hill and become a top 5 quarterback? And TJ, you a Giga Chad Sigma frame mogger, much love. Kieran, can you break that brain right down, please?
What, a Giga Chad? Okay, read it to me one more time. Who was this by?
TJ, you a Giga Chad Sigma frame mogger, much love.
He said that about me?
No, about TJ.
Oh, bro, he said you're essentially a Giga Chad, like you're peak masculinity, peak handsome. He said you're a frame mogger. It means your size and tonnage just overwhelms other people. You know what I mean? Like you're a big dude. Like if you standing next to another man,
It's
means
brain
you know
rot.
what I mean? Yeah, no,
I'm only vaguely familiar because I have a 13-year-old
Yeah, no.
daughter, but I
No,
don't
no.
actually
I
know
don't
the
even know what that
definition.
is,
Like,
but
you
what-
get
if it's
frame mogged,
positive,
like walking in the
appreciate you,
studio.
dog. It's
Walking into the
love.
studio?
Because like
Yeah.
you're like the smallest one here, so like, you get frame
Yeah.
mogged every time you come in here. So like
Yeah.
I do know
all
what
of us.
mogging is, isn't this?
no, that's mewing.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
I
no.
try
I
to
don't
keep
know
up
what
with the
y'all
brain,
talking
rot,
about.
but I crazy.
Bro,
Yeah,
what they
I'm getting
talking
old. What else you got? Read 2 more.
Not getting it.
Listen,
Y'all there?
okay, bro, what is up with these nicknames or these usernames?
Oh yeah, no,
Care Bear hates exercise
that's a good one.
is the username.
That's a good one. They dropped $50 though, so I gotta take that.
exercise. Acho, this show is not like them Zoom pods. We can't be giving full segments for industry bops. Shout out Klay, and we appreciate all the side chicks who play their role.
It's a wild super chat.
Care Bear is built like SZA. That's crazy.
Not that, but I'm not gonna lie. I love exercise. I just love food a whole lot more. That's the
Should be
problem,
too good.
right?
Should be
It
seasoned
should be too good, bro. When I tell y'all don't understand. Y'all mad at me because I'm eating better than y'all eating. Okay. Should be too good. Should be 2 seasons, and y'all don't want to see me on the grill.
Let's get 2 more, bro.
Bird and One, our Japanese, traveler said, "Let's go Wolves. Only nuggets we want is in a smooth 20-piece from Mickey D's. Built like a Pear Bear. Knows what I'm talking about. No way he only gets a 20-piece.
Pear Bear is crazy.
Pear Bear is crazy.
How-
No,
how we not come up with that
the one
Yeah.
celebrity lookalike that I get all the time.
Who is
like Kenneth Lofton Jr.
Oh,
Bro,
hey, that's
bro,
a good
is-
one.
What I had, I used to have Twist too, bro.
Oh, Kenny
Bro, I
Lofton
look
is a good
I
one.
look just like Kenny Lofton Jr.
Yeah,
It was
but
unfortunate.
That's
yeah.
crazy. Listen, our guy, and by our guy, I mean Social Trey and Acho. Benjamin Ty jumped in the
What up,
super
B-Ty?
chat
There we
and
go,
said,
B-Ty.
Kieran, you said the majority of names I listed was from your team.
They are.
Wrong. Those are the names of my family and yours too.
Oh,
Let's not discriminate. If I hear or see any hate from anybody else's team, I will correct it.
that's love, B.
Love.
Todd. That's love,
B.
B.
Todd is just amazing,
He's just
bro.
what a nice guy.
He's
What a
just
nice
freaking
guy.
amazing, bro.
Nah,
but
that's
I know
cool.
we got to keep the show
Yeah,
moving.
exactly.
So
Enough of that soft ass shit. B. Todd, we real ones in here. All right. Now it's time we talk about Mike Vrabel and more drama. Drake May was asked about the Mike Vrabel conversation. I'll let you guys take a listen to what he had to say.
Yeah, we're here for Coach. We love Coach. You know what he does for us, what he's done for us this past year. You can't speak into words, and just thankful he's our head coach, and know he's doing some stuff off the field and out of the coaching world. But we're here for him, and I know he's going to come back.
Fellas, will this Mike Vrabel offseason drama affect the Patriots this next season?
T, I think you have to say yes. The football player in me is, of course it's not. It ain't got nothing to do with the X's and O's. Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. But the reporter in me, T, knows enough to know the moment they have a 2-game losing streak, you're going to blame it on the offseason drama. And remember, last year the Patriots got to play the fourth best team in all of the AFC divisions because they ended the season the year before as the 4th seed. You play the appropriate seeds. Last year they finished as a 1 seed. So this upcoming year, they are playing all of the best teams in the division. So just by nature of that, Patriots aren't going 13-4 or 14-3 or whatever they went this year. Patriots are probably going to go 10-7, probably going to go 11-6. And you know what they're going to attribute all the extra losses to? Mike Vrabel was distracted. Mike Vrabel wasn't focused. Mike Vrabel wasn't locked in. The guys weren't bought in. Mike Vrabel's not the leader that you need. They're going to attribute all of these things to Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini, whether it has anything to do with it or not. So it has to impact the team. And Kieran, what I'm saying is, even if it doesn't have a legitimate impact on the team, they're going to attribute it to it. When the defense takes a step back, they're going to attribute it to it. When the Patriots start the season 2-3, they're going to attribute it to it. Mike Vrabel is going, and Diana Rossini are going to be blamed for the results, regardless of what they are.
You know what it reminds me of? Unfortunately, I had to bring this up. 2020 football season in college football. There was a bunch of coaches that went out and walked with their team during the Black Lives Matter movement after the death of George Floyd, right? We're both big Texas Longhorn guys. You know what I mean? You played. I'm the biggest fan ever. Tom Herman went out that football season and ended up losing 3 games. Mm-hmm. The blame wasn't on Tom Herman for, being a bad situational coach. Yeah. Wasn't on him for, maybe not acquiring the right talent, getting some poor portal choices or whatnot. The blame was on him because during practice, whenever you should have been locked in during the offseason, you were taking the kids to go march on the Capitol building. Mm-hmm. Distractions. People will always blame these teams or these head coaches or these players for the distraction they cause more than whatever happens on the field. Correct. And I think this is a huge thing for Mike Vrabel now. Like you just said, if the Patriots go out there and they go 10-7 on the season and they miss the playoffs, people are going to be saying, damn, Mike Vrabel's not really locked in. This is a team that went to the championship game last year and is underperformed. I completely agree. And I think it is becoming more of a distraction now that you have players having to answer questions about it. Guys, I don't want to be answering questions about my coach's personal life. When would you ever want to be answering questions about your coach's personal life? So I think this is a tough situation for Vrabel. I think he's still trying to keep it football. Everyone in the building's trying to keep it football. It's the Patriot way. This is the organization that had Spygate and a bunch of other stuff happen. But
here's the other thing, though. All the other stuff that happened. One, anything that happened with the owner has nothing to do with what goes on the field. Nothing to do with practice. All the Spygate, Deflategate, all of that enhanced their ability on the field. All that. Y'all got to remember, Justin Tucker, he struggled as a kicker, and then we found out later that Justin Tucker was dealing with all of the massage therapist accusations. Deshaun Watson hasn't been the same. Then we found out he was dealing with and is still dealing with all of those massage therapist accusations. Vrabel doesn't just coach football. Eventually, you got to go home. Eventually, you got to lay up with the wife. Eventually, you got to holler at your sons and whatnot. If your home life is in turmoil, if you're not resting, if you are having to have extensive conversations with your wife for 2 hours at night instead of being able to just go watch film in your office, or how about this? If you are a spouse, TJ, you can speak to this better than I am, you're probably triggered based upon what happens. Now, when Mike Vrabel told you he was at an owner's retreat or he was scouting some players, he was in Sedona with another woman. Now you think Mike Vrabel's going to, hey, I got to stay at the office late, babe. I'm just watching some extra tape on the Denver Broncos. It's going to be triggering for a spouse. So now instead of being able to stay at the office late and watch some tape on the Broncos, he's probably potentially going to have to go home and spend some more time in with the wife. So I do think it quite literally could impact the field.
I don't think it will, but what you just said is so true because in the back of her mind, I'll be here till about 12:30. Like, really? So all it's gonna be is they're just gonna share location. Mm-hmm. And check your location. Okay, yeah, he's at the stadium. Because there's ways around that. But it's what you said is one. As soon as they start losing, it's what happened in offseason, and that's gonna have no bearing on anything. Because when you look at their schedule, they play the NFC North, so they'll play Green Bay.
Already tough.
Minnesota, Chicago, Detroit. They'll play that. That's a tough division. But in the AFC, I could see them if they win 11-6, 12-5. That's a good season. I don't believe they're gonna have the type of season they had last year. But there's no way that this drama is going to affect the season. But the drama that's happened this offseason will for sure be brought up because of what they did last year. Is it affecting you guys now? How has Vrabel been? Vrabel's going to coach how he's always coached, because here we are in late April, May. About time September comes around, you know how far back in Vrabel's mind this incident is going to be? It's months and months and months. This is going to be way back in his memory bank. It's just going to be football. Now, the trust part with his wife, I don't know how she's going to feel about that.
But let's speak to that for a moment.
She's been with him a long time.
Yep.
So while he was playing, and now that he's a coach, she's experienced a lot of, I got to go. I have to do this. I'll be back at this time. I have to take this trip. She's experienced that. Now, can she trust him enough to where when he says he has to go, it's really work related?
But if he wants to remedy the relationship, I know several individuals that have stepped out in their relationships, and those that try to fight for it, you got to put in more time. You got to put in more work.
You got to bring
go
her
distance
with you. Because every trip that you go on, she can go on.
True.
She can go.
She can travel.
She can go with you.
But now the problem is, you've been married. I'm sure you've been in arguments at least once or twice. That argument is taking your energy from something else. You might have to go coach your sons. But if you're arguing over, hey, why didn't you invite my in-laws to X, Y, and Z? Now you couldn't coach your sons because you're dealing with this argument. So you call your homeboy, hey, can you coach the kids that I got to go? It's going to draw him away in some capacity.
And I really feel like if that... Now, I don't know, Vrabel. It's some dudes... Okay, I'm done coaching. I'm going to commit this time to my family. And it's some dudes, hey, listen, you causing too much of a problem. We got to figure this shit out, because I'm not stepping down as a coach. This is something I'm doing. So you got to go before I stop. It's going to be either one. If in these next 4 months they can't get their relationship and that bond back to how they had it when they got married. That's what's going to have to happen, because there's always going to be a pull.
Yeah.
But she's going to have to understand, like, this is his job.
The greatest quarterback in NFL history is who?
Oh, we know that, Brady.
Tom Brady. We just skim over the fact that Tom Brady was going through a very private that inevitably ended up becoming public divorce, I believe his last year in the National Football League. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, if I'm not mistaken, finished that season 8-9. And Tom Brady, more than the other years in Tampa, whether due to age or other factors.
Oh, that was a strain for sure. For sure,
Tom
it was a
Brady
strain.
left training camp, I think, for a week or two in dealing with that. We didn't realize at the time he was dealing with the divorce. There were some rumors, Giselle this, Giselle that. But at the end of the day, humans are humans, they're not robots. So if Mike Vrabel is dealing with familial tension, we saw Tom Brady struggle. We saw Deshaun struggle. We saw Justin Tucker struggle. All of these individuals, either girlfriends or married for significant periods of time. If Mike Vrabel is dealing with this at-home tension, I would be ignorant to suggest...
Do you not think May, June, July, August, those 4 months, we should be able to figure out if it's going to work and if it's not going to work?
Oh, great. I love this conversation because it transcends ball. Assuming Mike Vrabel did cheat, right? And I guess there were pictures, so we don't even have to say assuming. You can't tell your spouse how long it takes to heal.
No.
We also don't know the depths of the trigger, because now think, wait a second, she named her son Michael. How long did you know?
Or she can just get him back then. I'm just saying, like,
if she in her 50s,
if somebody will knock her down. We know that. We know that.
Man, TJ not wrong about that.
So I'm just saying, like,
people.
Either you gonna forgive me or you gonna do what I did. Because you can't say you're going to forgive me and then throw it up in my face every time.
But you can't ask a woman to heal in 4 months from cheating that occurred for 6 years.
100%.
Feel me?
Bar. Yeah, that's a bar.
Like the cheating started.
She going to heal on her own. There's no timetable to that.
Bingo. And
There's
on
no
her own
timetable.
time.
Yes.
So, like, I don't care that you're on a 4-game win streak. If you're on a 4-game win streak, but you said you were going to be home. Every time he misses a call, or every time he comes back after curfew, or every time he goes to scout a college player, or every time he goes on a work trip, or every time he goes to wherever, because you got to remember,
he gonna answer that phone though.
But think about it.
It's gonna be a FaceTime.
But think, T.
It's gonna be a FaceTime.
Now,
hey, baby, look. I'm telling you, that's what it's gonna be.
But now all of the stories that you didn't realize add up. Because now you're like, wait a second. So when you told me y'all were here, that was a lie.
Yeah.
Wait, so when you told me you were here, that was a lie. Wait, so when you listened to that Spotify playlist, that was a lie.
Not necessarily when I told you I was here. I was where I said I was. I was just with somebody you didn't know that was here with me. Because I'm at the owners meeting.
Yeah.
I just got somebody with me. I got something with me.
Yeah.
Which is even
I was
worse.
here. I just got something with me. I'm at the game. My work is with me.
My guys can't go on they can't go, like, Mike Vrabel can't go on a golf trip or something. That's probably what he told his wife he was doing in Sedona.
So here's the thing.
It was owners meeting.
And I'm a part of the illustrious Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and when we commit heinous acts like we do sometimes, we get put on a moratorium. Mm-hmm. There are marital moratoriums. I, in my 6 months of being married, have not experienced one, but I've heard of them. And so, golf trips, extracurriculars that you want to do as a married man or woman that has been caught and or accused of cheating,
can't do it.
You can't do it. You are put on a moratorium, and that moratorium will end. It has an end date, but that end date is not decided by you as the alleged cheater.
It's
TBD.
Yes.
So he's got to deal with whatever that moratorium looks like between him and his wife. If she decides that it's a year, if it's 2 years, if it's 6 months, if it's 5 days, that is her call, and he has to abide by it. Or
she can get him back,
or he's got to move on. She could get him back. It's crazy. T. Wow. Yeah. T. Yeah.
Hey, let's get to the next and last topic of the show.
We got some super chats.
Does that even the score though?
Hey, when she get him back, how's she gonna get him back?
10x
times 10
times 10. TJ says.
Yeah. No, look, we do have some super chats I want to get to. Actually, do you want to wait for the last topic? You can do
one super chat.
You said one. The one at the top of the list. At Carebear baby mom.
Bro, Central Cast is so weird, bro.
This ain't Central Cast. He don't send $50. He don't send $50.
He doesn't have that. It's crazy.
Yeah, he ain't got the 50 to send. We already saw the one short he came in and said, don't do that. Carebear baby mom says, so you can sit here and talk about all these people relationship problems, but can't come see your son, Jamal?
Wow.
Don't worry. Watch when I take you to court. Acho, you seem like you a good guy, but hiring someone who abandoned his kid is crazy and speaks volumes about you. Karen, you got an unclaimed child out there?
Named Jamal.
I
don't have no kids nowhere on this planet. Bro.
Where'd the name Jamal come from?
Bro, if I was to name him Jamal, it'd be with 2 A's like Jamal Charles. But no, I wouldn't name my kid Jamal, unfortunately. No. So this is fake news.
Go see your son, bro.
It's fake news. There is no son.
You know what, Acho, as an employer,
sounds just like you,
as an employer, it's incumbent on you to garnish his wages for child support.
What, bro? Why are y'all pocket watching me so much, bro?
To set that up, and I'm speaking
He's
for somebody
upset,
that knows.
bro.
Okay,
he's still upset. His franchise tag has not been signed yet. Okay,
and you got
I already got my extension.
You got
look. I ain't making it to the second contract talks. They had to. Hey, look, doing so good right now. You know, keep going. Oh my goodness, bro. Y'all are killing me though. No, I do not have a baby nowhere. If I would, y'all would probably see it somewhere.
You got the baby weight though.
Oh my!
You beat me to the punch. I was just going to say you got the baby belly, but
your dating pool's eggs are dried up. Anyway, moving forward, it's time we talk about the Eagles. Look, first round wide receiver Makai Lemon said he'll wear number 9 in Philadelphia after Nick Foles gave him his blessing to pass it down. No active Eagles player has worn the number since Nick Foles did as well. I'll let you guys listen to what he had to say.
I know that clip going around about the jersey number was before you got drafted here, but have you settled on a jersey number?
Yeah, definitely settled on a jersey number. Definitely.
What is it?
It's going to be 9, number 9. Appreciate the Eagles, so much, and Nick Foles especially, to pass that number down, because I know he could have easily, kept that number to himself. Such a great player when he was here wearing that number 9, led him to the Super Bowl. So I appreciate him so much. I definitely cherish that, so much, and I I represent the 9 well.
Fellas, how do we feel about Makai Lemon taking Nick Foles' number?
I don't like it, but I don't like it as Foles' former roommate for several reasons. Number one, what's going to happen when they have to retire the number? Eagles typically wait 5 years after you retire to retire your number. LaShawn Shady McCoy got his number retired, I believe, a year ago. They wait several years. Nobody has worn 2.5 since, and nobody wore 2.5 after Shady left because it was unofficially retired before it was officially retired. So what's going to happen? Nick Foles has a statue outside of the stadium, so his jersey number is getting retired. We know that's going to happen. He has a statue. What's going to happen when they have to retire the number? They just going to have to make you, in the midst of your career, change a number, and that's number one. Number two, Makai Lemon can never be the most famous number 9 in Philadelphia, regardless of what he does. Nick Foles brought the Eagles their very first Super Bowl, very first one, and he did it in supernatural fashion. Tom Brady set a record for passing yards in the game, and Nick Foles outdueled Tom Brady. Philly. Hey, you want to run the Philly special? That's iconic. That is etched in Eagles history. So if I'm Makai, go get a number, make it your own. Become the legend there with that number, which I anticipate that Makai can do. But everybody in Philadelphia wearing those 9 jerseys, majority of those jerseys are going to have the name Foles on the back. So I don't like it because Makai is going to, that number 9 will forever have to live in the shadow of, in my mind, one of the most important Eagles players in the history of the franchise, never to be outdone in Nick Foles.
I don't have a problem with it at all. If Nick Foles is cool with it, why should I not be cool with it? He's the one that gave him the blessing. If anything, because Makai he wore number 6 in college. That's Smitty number. And so you not getting that number. If anything, so he must have wanted a single-digit number, and that was probably the only number available. He could have gone and gotten another number. And so if anything, Makai, you know that number is going to be retired. Why even set your mind to want number 9? You know it's a statue out there. That would be the only problem. But if Nick Foles, if you cool with your number being worn, I'm cool with it being worn. You the one that had a statue. You the one who numbers will or should be retired. And it's crazy that Nick Foles has a statue outside of the Philadelphia Eagles Stadium.
And somebody's wearing his number.
And somebody is wearing but if he's okay with that, nobody else should have a problem with it.
But is it setting a precedent though, TJ? Is it setting a precedent?
No, it's not setting a precedent because there's a lot of guys that's gonna say, nah. Okay. I guarantee if somebody wanted to wear 2.5, Shady would be like, hey, dog, man, all that work I put in on this field, bro, you got to go ahead and get you another number. Make your own legacy now.
Yeah.
Because what if Makai Lemon just starts balling out of control? What you going to have? Foles number 9 jersey up there? What, a Lemon number 9 jersey up there?
I mean, the Nuggets are about to do it.
And so
the Nuggets are about to have Jokic and Carmelo.
And Carmelo both.
There's going to be 2 number 15s
in
the
Denver.
But Denver did that out of spite for Carmelo because they should have never done that. But I also believe that Smitty is in year what?
Year 6.
Well,
7?
Smitty gonna probably get his number retired too, so you're not even going to 6. I just feel like Nick Foles don't have a problem with it. Nobody else should have a problem with it. But I feel like he probably should have said no. If your number's gonna be retired and you have a statue, no hard feelings. Nobody's gonna know.
And that's a much easier conversation to have to be like, hey, my number's gonna get retired. So I'm not tripping, but just be aware of that. I would tell you no otherwise, but knowing that my number's gonna be retired, you probably should
numbers that the Phillies have, that the Eagles have available.
I'm looking. I'm
so
looking
number
at
4 maybe, or no, that's Jake Elliott. That's the kicker. So 1 is Hurts, 2 is now Reek Woolen, 3 Nolan Smith, 4 Jake Elliott, 5 I'm not sure. I know Tank Bigsby has 8, Devontae Smith has 7 or has 6. I'm not sure about 7. I think Keely Ringo maybe on defense might have had 7. So 9 might have been the only single digit number available. And it's also 6 upside down. So it's that's probably why he wanted it. This is my problem with it though. So look,
Drake fan.
You gotta turn the 6 upside down. It's a 9 now. Come on now. Come on. Hey, we're light skinned at the end of the day. Be happy. Look, this is my problem with it. When you have players take numbers of guys that are going to be like Hall of Fame level talents and whatnot, it's usually a number thing, right? So it's like the number is like a position specific thing. So best player on LSU, the most impactful player for their team, they wear number 7. So it was Patrick Peterson, Tyrann Mathieu, Leonard Fournette, whoever it was. If Jamar Chase played that next year, he would have been number 7. Derek Stingley, I think he switched his number at one point to 7 as well. For the Dallas Cowboys, 88 for a wide receiver. Drew Pearson, Michael Irvin. Whenever CeeDee Lamb got to the league, you're a first-round wide receiver. You showed a lot of talent. You had to ask Michael Irvin. Dez Bryant, exactly. Had to ask Dez, had to ask everyone before, can I wear number 88? This is a tough situation because Nick Foles, if Makai Lemon isn't good, why did you just delay your number being retired? Mm-hmm. And also, if Makai Lemon's a guy that puts up 600, 700, 800 yards over the next 3 years and whatnot, Nick Foles is going to be sitting there like, damn, probably is time for my jersey to be retired. I really want to get my jersey retired. I have a statue outside of the stadium, and I got a dude playing mid out there with my number on. I think it's a situation where Makai has to ball out. And after that, nobody should be wearing number 9 anymore, though. Like you said, being the quarterback that brings the franchise their first Super Bowl and doing it in the way that he did, Super Bowl MVP, he was unbelievable, outdo Tom Brady. I think like that's, dude, you have to. I don't like the fact that he gave up the number as well.
The chat said 5 is McNabb and it's already retired, so he couldn't choose that one.
Oh, yeah, I remember McNabb, yeah.
He wanted a single digit, wasn't available. That's all it was. And I guess Nick Foles was like the lowest on the totem pole.
But you know what it might be, though? It might be one of those, and this is purely you out of play in the league typically to know what I'm about to say. It might be one of those, hey, we're going to give you 9. When somebody gets cut, take a different number. Like 16.
But
who's 16 right now?
I don't even know if you can do that because when you're a first-round pick,
the jerseys
they start making them jerseys.
But I think you have to call Nike. There's no way he plays this season in 9. This just doesn't make sense. It's not smart.
I think he's playing.
Who's number 16?
I don't think there is a 16, but 16 looks nasty, though.
Hey, you know that Ricky Premier is
16
out
a nasty
here
receiver for a while.
right there, Tanner McKee.
Oh, Tanner McKee, 16.
Yeah.
Look,
you can't play in 9.
Can I also say this, though, too, about retired numbers? Does the Ring of Honor and like having your name up in the stadium every single time that you play not matter a little bit more? Especially in NFL stadiums. So I understand the basketball court, but like NFL stadiums, also you have 53 guys in 20 years. Is like they're just supposed to be like.
You're gonna run out of numbers.
That's what I'm saying. At some point, like right now, the New York Yankees, the only single digit number you can get is 0. It's only like 1 through 9, all retired,
really,
all of them. So it's like I think retired numbers are awesome. We remember them and for their greatness and whatnot. But also, the numbers doesn't matter as much. Like I just know
you have to be in the triple digits. That's disgusting.
That's disgusting. That's what I'm saying. Like at one point, no. But I think it's like if you have a great franchise in 100 years, are we gonna be like having every running back be 35 through 49?
They're just gonna have to give out the number.
That's what I'm saying. Just give out the numbers.
Impossible.
I think the number thing is a little overrated. I think when I go into Jerry World and I look at the Ring of Honor, instead of seeing a jersey number up there, I see their number, but I see their name: Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Mike Irvin, Tom Landry, the coach, you know what I mean? Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor. That matters. Like having your name cemented in legacy forever, that matters a whole lot more, especially in NFL stadiums than I think the number does.
To me, aren't there certain individuals who like forever on this team, this player is this number, and I don't want to see another player in this number again. Like
but it's crazy
Texas has been
but my thing is, though,
you would say that about Nick Foles. Because Nick Foles is not a household name. But Nick Foles went on a great run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he'll always be remembered because of that. But it ain't no Vince Young at Texas type player.
Yeah.
And
that's
also,
what I'm saying.
And also there's something to be said about the talent that, I mean, love playmaker. Met him at the old show, but eventually there will be somebody that is going to be much better and more impactful for the Cowboys.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, you talking about just for the rest of time?
Eternity?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's going to be somebody that's more talented, bigger, stronger, faster, and does more for the Cowboys.
I don't know his impact because he impacted the Cowboys. This is a whole nother on the field, in the locker room.
Yeah,
that impact. Outside of football, the way just his leadership. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like the test of time, like as billions and billions and billions of people are born and on this earth.
The Cowboys have every 88 has been cold.
Yes. Also, the Cowboys have never retired a jersey number in their history. We haven't. We haven't officially retired a jersey number. So there's a couple that don't get touched at all. 8, Troy Aikman. 22, Emmitt Smith. 12, Roger Staubach. Bob Lilly, number 74.
It's like
but those are retired, though.
No, they're essentially retired, but you never had like the actual ceremony about retiring and whatnot.
Yeah, but Kieran,
like, that should be how many you have. Like, it shouldn't be. You were really, really impactful. That's awesome. Get your jersey retired.
Can you Google how many Eagles jerseys are retired?
Let me see.
Because that would be interesting.
Let's see. So the Eagles have 5, 15, 20, 25, 40, 44, 60, 70, 92, and 99. Think about how many numbers that
crazy.
is.
Reggie White, I'm assuming, is 92,
Yeah.
huh?
So they got Donovan McNabb, Steve Van Buren, Brian Dawkins, Shady, Tom Brookshire, Pete Retzlaff, Chuck Benner. Wow, that's crazy. Al Wister, Reggie White, Jerome Brown. But my thing is, like, I think jersey retirements are dope. Don't get me wrong. It is dope. But I think you have to play at an crazy level.
Like the greatest that ever did.
I think that's what it should be. It should be like, hey, I can't see anyone ever again wear 23 for the Bulls. It would be wrong to watch anyone wear 23 for the Bulls, for the Cavs, for the Miami Heat. I don't want to see
like
another
45.
6.
We could take 45 out the rafters.
We could take 45 out the rafters.
We could take 45 out the rafters.
That's what I'm saying. What did you do in that number? Perfect example. Okay, Kareem. I never want to see what was he? 33? Yeah, I never want to see a 33 for the Lakers again.
Yeah.
You played the game at the highest level in the NFL. 15 for the Chiefs after Patrick Mahomes should never be touched. 12 for the Patriots should never be touched. But other guys like Mike Vrabel, Teddy Bruschi, Teddy Bruschi was a Super Bowl MVP. His number can get touched though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that to me is
And
just.
it was. I think Dante Hightower wore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's just like those types of guys. Although you were a great player, awesome player, you accomplished great things, but jersey retirement should be held in a higher regard than we do hold them right
that's
now.
facts. Trey, let's get some super chats out the show.
That's funny. So Brandon Jones always says in the chat, like, Trey, let's get some super chats before we get out of here. He predicts like right when you're about to say it, and he just dropped the chat right before you said it. So that's funny. Shout out to our guy, Brandon Jones. He was drafted tonight. R Stone says, so anybody in Denver want to apologize to Mike Malone?
Kieran said it.
The way this just went, for sure.
Yeah. Definitely a
Malone,
conversation.
He's going to turn up that offense at UNC too, I'm telling you.
Jacob Phelps said, just want to say love y'all boys and everything you gentlemen do. Put Rudy against anybody and he holds his own. Wolves win in 6 and shock the world. Also, fins up. Central Cast said, do we get a reward for getting drafted? See, this is you started this, Karen. So whatever he's getting ready to cut, I don't even know what he's getting ready to ask about after this.
Number 1.
But especially the number 1 overall draft. You know, in the NBA and NFL, and obviously, Acho, you ain't giving away $1 million contract, but the number 1 through 24 picks deserve a reward depending on their number.
No, they don't. Acho got a 360 deal for you if you disagree.
Now it's on Acho. See how he does you. You drafted him. You and TJ drafted him.
I got
Can he get some signed merch at least?
No, he's still my op at the end of the day.
Wow, that's crazy.
Congrats on the draft position, though, brother.
JoJo said, Megan is a liar, and I have one thing to say. Wow. Can I say this?
Let me see.
I've seen it. Yeah. If you got a question in, I probably would say.
Probably
had a good
stay
show.
away from that.
We have.
You've had a peaceful
Okay,
show.
I'm going to stay away from that one. Sorry, JoJo, but you're still on the roster. Jonathan James Rambo says, Shady must trust Vrabel more than y'all. That is facts. I am not a cheater, and he trusts cheaters more than me. So King Drewski said, Carebear, yesterday we did quarterbacks, now some wide receivers. Isaac, okay, bro. So if you remember yesterday, King Drewski came in. Shout out to King Drewski, our pick. He's our pick for a reason. And he said, wide receiver names, we got Isaac Coleslaw, Tequila McMillan, George Pickles, CeeDee Lamb Chops.
That's a good one.
Troy Frankfurter.
Okay.
Jalen Waffle.
That's funny.
Jalen Waffle's good. Yeah,
That is good.
Jalen Waffle and
Jalen
CeeDee
Waffle's
Lamb
good.
Chops is tough.
Jackson Smith, you a big back.
Yeah. No.
Once again, it's all love.
Yeah, no, that was 2 hits. Jalen Waffle, CeeDee Lamb Chops. Tough.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I like those ones.
B-Tot, another one of Team Acho and Social Trade, jumped in the chat and said, I want to end the draft night with this. Long is the night of Fridays and Saturdays. Sweet and too short are all the others. It's crazy. From 2014 to 2026, there have been 13 Super Bowls. Only 6 have won those 13 games. In the NBA, do you expect OKC to end this parody for good?
Wow.
Love you, B-Todd.
Is OKC and the parity? I think they go back to back.
That would end the parity.
The way the Eastern Conference is looking, yeah.
Cannibalizing themselves.
Now, there's a part of me that
I don't
really
know why
believes.
you're so high on OKC. It
There's-
drives me
hey,
nuts.
there's a
Bro,
part
they
of
are
me-
beatable, bro.
Hold on. Because they're
There's a part of
getting
me-
better year after year.
There's a part of me that
man.
believes that the Spurs can get them. I know they're young.
Spurs will be
and
the
I know
one team
there's
that could.
steps you have to take, but the Spurs are the one team that's going to give them problems. As we saw, regular season is not the playoffs.
Yeah.
But they match up with them very well.
The Thunder might go 16-0.
That ain't happening.
They gonna blow by the Lakers or the Rockets.
They blowing by this next year.
It's at least-
they're the next.
I got them going
it's
8-0 into the Western Conference.
They not
Championship.
going 16-0. That's virtually impossible.
We saw what? We saw the Warriors go 16-1 or 16-2.
They ain't going
I think they
16-0.
only lost one game, yeah.
That's not happening. That's not happening. They
I
not
think
that
they could.
good.
The Thunder are not getting. I'd place a pretty sizable wager. They're not going to a Game 7 this entire playoff.
Sizable like what? Like my
I'll
size
bet
or
you
your
$100
size?
right now that they don't go to a Game 7 all playoffs.
See, that's more like my size. I thought you was gonna come like your size, like 10,000.
10,000. Who do you think I am?
That's a shady.
Well,
and
you
Acho
just
type
Mr.
guy
Re-up.
right there.
Mr. Just
now.
re-up my
Who do you think
contract.
I am, brother?
Read the next super chat.
Yeah,
young
look,
Jay.
every time we get to talk about this,
What's going on with this
Big
guy,
Lou
man?
said, listen, Big Lou jumped in his super chat, said, don't forget my super chat from earlier. I'm a priority undrafted free agent for both teams. Best wide receiver draft class since 2020.
Ooh,
That's
That's a
interesting.
good question.
that would probably be the draft that CD
Yeah,
and
that's
Jets
2020.
when they were in. He said since then.
Since 2020, yeah.
You know what's crazy though?
It's got to be the next year, though, then, huh?
With Jamar.
So since 2020, I'll go through them. 2020,
It's got to be 2020.
Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Brandon Ayuk, T. Higgins, Michael Pittman,
Man, I trained a lot of them boys.
Chase Claypool, Denzel Mims was in this one. There's a bunch of very, very talented wide receivers in this one. 2021, you had Chase, Waddle, Devontae Smith. Then you had Kadarius Toney,
top heavy. Nah.
Rashad Bateman. No, not that
Man,
one.
I was at the other network.
Nico Collins was in it though.
That
Yeah,
was
Nico
that,
Collins
that's not
was
a
in
bad
that
one.
one.
They just
Not
kind
a
of
bad
flubbed
one.
it in the first round, and I was at the other network, and I did the draft. And when
Yeah.
they drafted Tony, I was like, "This is a terrible pick. It's not gonna work."
2022
All that.
had Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Jamison
Hell
Williams,
no.
Jahan. Yeah,
That's a
George
good
Pickens
one.
was in
Yeah,
that
that
one.
is a good
That's
one.
a good one.
How?
Pickens
With
was
Drake
in that
London,
Drake,
Garrett
Garrett,
Wilson, Chris Olave, and J-Mo.
No, bro.
That's a
you
good
don't-
one.
You don't have
compared
to
to
go
the
all
other
pros
ones,
yet.
though.
Not compared to the
I think
other
that 2020 class. Is he saying since then?
Since 2020.
Okay, so
Since 2020.
next up 23, you had JSN, Quentin Johnson, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, Jaden Reed,
No.
Rasheed Rice.
No.
Yeah, not that one. Okay.
No,
This
And
last
then
year one is
24,
going. Nah,
Harrison, Neighbors, Roma Dunze, Brian Thomas, Xavier Worthy. No.
not
no,
yet.
no, no, hell
No.
no. This is the one.
This last one you had Travis Hunter, Ted McMillan, Emeka, Matthew Golden, Jaden Higgins, Luther Burden.
The answer is 2021.
2021's the answer.
Yeah, the 2021 is the answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Victor Moan Jr. Listen, the Acho and Social Trade All Stars
they
are
out.
showing out.
They out.
They showing out.
They
I
out.
don't know about y'all squad, but we showing out over here. Starting two guard here. Quick question, coaches: how many teams from the NFC East make it to the playoffs this year, given all the draft picks and moves they made?
It's gonna be
Two.
more.
Yeah, two.
I think two of them get in.
Two
though.
of them for sure.
Yeah.
Who do you think those two are?
Crazy thing is,
I would
don't
probably
know.
say you got to go with the Eagles. They just too
course.
talented not to.
Mm-hmm.
And the Giants.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. I would have
Defensively, they got something.
It's so hard to tell. I'd say Cowboys because that regular season.
It's-
I think we're selling out this year.
there's always two teams that come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And maybe the Giants, will be
yeah.
that team.
Pickens is a Cowboy. I think we're one of the teams that definitely makes it. If Pickens isn't a Cowboy, I don't think we make it to the playoffs.
I mean, the Cowboys probably have the most talented roster in the league, them and the Eagles.
Oh, nah, Eagles do. Eagles
Huh?
have more on defense.
The Eagles,
Yeah.
the Eagles don't have nothing what the Cowboys have once they get rid of A.J. Brown.
Hold up.
Once they get rid of
Offensive line, I would say
But you
wash.
still have Saquon.
it's about a push.
Actually, no, our offensive line is younger. Okay, I can say it's a push. Saquon, I'm taking over. Of
course.
You're taking the Cowboys quarterback. You're taking the Cowboys receivers. You're taking the Cowboys. The defensive line is a push.
I'll take that. I'll take the quarterback.
Defensive line is a push.
Yeah, now
Defensive line, nah, it's not a push.
Man, that's a push. That's a push.
It could be.
That's a
Because
push.
they didn't re-sign Jalen Phillips, did they?
No,
No,
lost
that's a
him.
push. D line is a push.
Yeah, with Quinnen and
Linebacking core is easily the Eagles.
Yeah.
Linebacker core is secondary, easily the Eagles too.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the problem. It's that back half of the defense is just so much better than ours. But look, you got any more?
We do have some.
Okay,
more,
okay.
but
Let's get 3 more.
okay, cool. Y'all heard the boss said 3 more. Mosey, the wrestling guy, said, "Yo, Speakeasy was good." Now, I'm being honest with y'all. I actually am a Speakeasy regular, but unfortunately, I haven't been super. No, we already read that. Supposed to be deleted. All good. That's on me. Sub-Zero X5X said, "Man, and to think if this happened like 2 months ago, I might have been an option. But for real, who are y'all favorite draft classes? Or are there any classes that scream WTF to y'all other than the Jags?"
Oh, draft classes like. We already said our favorites. Mine were the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Because you got Branch in the 3rd round. Because you got the LSU player, linebacker.
Yeah.
And then
TJ said Raiders.
Yeah.
Carebear, in all of his glazing glory, said the Cowboys.
Wait, we did have a great draft though. It was a phenomenal draft.
Last super chat.
Who the Colts take, by the way? We don't care exactly.
Yeah, we don't. We're not going to talk about it. Central Cat said read his first super chat. I'm not reading that one. Southern Smoke. Now he's part of y'all squad.
Yep. Come on now.
Southern Smoke said, "Put me in, coach. Let's get a team. Carebear / TJ. I got that TJ first round wide receiver training. LOL. It's over."
Come on now.
You already know.
Yep. Oh, last one. My bad. First time. J2001 said, "First time super chat. Finally caught y'all live. Usually just listen to the replays at work. Love the show. Keep up the good work. I rock with y'all. Oh, and Carebear. Go Cowboys."
Come on now.
Fans
How about them Cowboys, baby?
Cowboys fans kind of.
Let's go. We're getting in there.
Do your
Look,
thing, G.
we appreciate you guys stopping by. It was an amazing show. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back live Sunday night, 11:15 p.m. Eastern, 10:15 p.m. Central, 8:15 p.m. Pacific. And because Trey's daughter, Malin, is not in the building, we will not be respecting Mountain Time on tonight's show. I'm Kieran Hickey Simple. This is TJ Hushmanzada, Emmanuel Acho, Social Trey, and everyone in the back. Make some noise in the back. Hit the like button and subscribe before you get out of here. And we will see you guys next time right here in the Speakeasy.
It's the weekend for us.